we are watching murderers go free. They hide behind their badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they fear for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
Ex, my brother.
No. Don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing his ground.
You're watching America This Morning, America's #1 early morning news.
Time after time after time, we are watching murderers go free. They hide behind their badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they fear for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
Ex, my brother.
No. Don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing his ground.
You're watching America This Morning, America's #1 early morning news.
Time after time after time, we are watching murderers go free. They hide behind their badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they fear for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
Ex, my brother.
No. Don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing his ground.
What's up, man? I totally appreciate y'all coming in here, man. Oh, man. Hey, man. JP, it was JQ, man. What it do? Keno, what it do? Frill, what's up? For FRED. I got to read that in a second. What's up, big homie Coop? K-Dub, man. Appreciate y'all coming in tonight, man. And for those of you who ain't seen it, man, let me grab my phone. Happy Monday. Yeah, man. So for those of you who ain't seen it, man, Steven Jackson. Man. Steven Jackson. God damn. Steven Jackson, man. My gosh. He went to the O Block. I don't know what the O Block is. I just found out what O Block is. I've heard it before, but I never knew what it meant. And I got my tutorial last night. And the O Block is like the Bloods and the Crips. So I guess the O Block is the epic center of the Crips. So I'm guessing in LA, that probably would be Slauson and Crenshaw for the Crips. And I don't know where the Bloods epic center is. I have no idea. There's so many gangs in LA. I don't know if there's a central location for Bloods or Crips, But is O Block like the Crips? Y'all got to help me out before, because I'm about to give a dissertation. But is the O Blocks like the Crips, or is the O Blocks like the 60s? I don't know. Is that a gang or the big conglomerate of the gangs? I don't know. So but it's just interesting to see a grown man who was punished for being a nigga. Remember, he ran up in the stands, and that was his claim to fame. He won championships. He won. I'm pretty sure he was an all-star at some point. I don't know his career, but Steven Jackson was a double-digit scorer in the NBA, which makes you an exceptional basketball player if you can score that many points against the best players in the world. And this man continues to be a nigga. I don't understand the glorification of being a nigga at 45. I understand it at 22, 23, no father. I was once that guy. At 45, when we're supposed to be more like God. It's just a block? So the next block has their own gang? I'm confused. I don't know. Someone call in, TB, when I open up the lines, call in and give me clarification. Because if it's just like one block, like 63rd, I heard in a video, 63rd, 64th, or something like that. So on 66th Street is another gang? Oh, a few blocks away. Okay, thanks, K-Dub. But King Von was murdered, right? And to my understanding, I don't know the backstory. I never heard of King Von until he was murdered. And I heard it was out of self-defense. I saw the video, but I can't recall. I know it was after a nightclub, but it was rude self-defense. But I heard that he shot some people or possibly killed some people too. I don't know. But it's just a shame how athletes want to be actors, athletes want to be rappers, and rappers want to be athletes. And Steven Jackson, at the start of this, how he became in my eyes was when he posted on social media that George Floyd was his brother. And that immediately caught my attention. A black man being killed, being lynched for 9 minutes and 46 seconds. You got my full attention, right? And the world because he was the most famous person attached to George Floyd. So media gravitated towards George Floyd, and he became a spokesperson, and he enjoyed it. He literally embraced it. He says, and then George Floyd's daughter, my daddy changed the world. Oh, O Block is the black disciple. Okay. I'm still confused. And then he went on to say that he is the face of equality. And then he became a Muslim. And then he said, I'm giving up weed. And then he says, I'm not giving up weed. And then he says, and then he celebrates gang culture. I don't know if you could be a Muslim and celebrate gang culture, because Muslims, and to my experience, I'm talking about like the Islamic Muslims, where you got to take your Hajj to Mecca, not the gang, the Nation of Islam. But when you pride yourself on integrity and being a Muslim, and obviously I've done extensive research, not on the Muslim faith, but just I've learned just by my readings and of Malcolm X. And he's supposed to be the other way around. He's supposed to go and present peace, but he's there with his nigga chains on and his nigga mindset, acting like a nigga. And guess what those fatherless kids are gonna do? Man, we made it. We had a celebrity wanting them to be like us. And you know why I get called a coon? I get called a cracker. I get, what else they call me? An Oreo. What my kids used to call me in school. Whatever they used to call me. The reason why I get called an Oreo or a cracker or I talk like a white man is because when the men that get anointed the financial success or the financial stability, financial success, and get placed in a different tax bracket that can help other people, they want to be cool. And so the people who integrities grow, whose self-accountability, personal accountability grows and detaches itself from the niggerdom, they get called coons, they get called Uncle Toms, which is fine for me, but I don't know how a 31-year-old man will receive that. I wasn't on the line at 31. Maybe I just started. I don't know, but it didn't really affect me. But now you got 31-year-old men who are in college, who are school teachers. They looking at Steven Jackson and they like, shit, I don't want to be Fred. You know why I don't want to be Fred? I don't want to be Clarence Thomas. Shit, I don't want to be Barack Obama. Fuck that shit. I want to be Steven Jackson. I want to be the nigga in the hood. I want to be the nigga in the hood. I want to be the nigga that can hang with the gangbangers. Steven Jackson is not Muslim. He's a gangbanger. He's a nigga. He has a good heart sometimes, and I appreciate that. But at 45, you check it. Listen, the man is checking in at 45 years old. Checking in at 45 years old as a man who's made millions of dollars and gets an NBA pension and has, it looks to me, a really good job. He works for Showtime. He does guest spots that I see on the internet floating around. So he does a really great job. His manager and his PR person has done a really great job with him. But what he hasn't learned is they hired you for being a nigga. But really, you're supposed to be the spook by the door. He hasn't crossed that threshold yet. He enjoys being a nigga because if you look at his Instagram, all he does is pictures with celebrities. He's like Louis Farrakhan. Like he just want to take pictures. I know him. I know him. I know him. I know him. Like a celebrity whore. And to be in the position that he's in, to literally physically impact lives every day of his life because of his platform, because of the position that symbolic America has put him in. He's perceived as a giant, right? He's famous. People ask to take pictures with him. People want his autograph. I want him to be in that position. I don't never want a black man to lose his position. What I want him to is to acknowledge the accountability that comes with that position. I'm never going to glorify gangs. And I mean, Sam Watson and God is my witness. I can make people move because of my presence in the inner city. I'm being dead ass honest. Sam Watson will tell you he can put his hand to the Bible and say, if Fred wants 20 men to show up, 20 men will show up. It's the God honest truth. I stay away from that. I don't want to use my bonus, my access to create more violence. What I want them to do is to bring gang members to the thing I did on Slauson and La Brea. Y'all couldn't even notice. It was 20, 30, 40 gang members there. Y'all ain't even notice. I said, man, make sure y'all show up, man, and be on your best behavior, man. We ain't doing that gang banging shit. We had 90s there. We had 60 Crips there. And we had a few Bloods there. I ain't lying. Go look at the pictures. Somebody got the pictures in there somewhere. I didn't say, hey, what's up, nigga? You know what I did? I took them out the hood for 3 or 4 hours. You know what I mean? And I spent my hard-earned money to create that environment. I think that event probably cost me about $10,000, maybe 8 to 10 for sure. The food was $4,000. So what I want to say is we got to want more from us. You know what I mean? Like it's you don't go to a nigga party to act like a nigga. You know what I mean? Like you you don't. Because y'all niggas know the rules. Because guess what? You don't do it at your job. You don't do it when you're an entrepreneur trying to raise your income levels. So stop acting like you don't know the rules. Y'all niggas, us niggas, we assimilate every day of our lives. We go on the AMP and what do? We get in line to purchase. What do we do when we go to a basketball game? We have to purchase a ticket and go sit in our assigned seat. We understand rules and regulations. We 100% do. Where else do we go today? When you drop your kids off at school, you don't double park, right? Because you know you're going to interfere on the parents. And what you do, you stand in line and check your kid in. These are rules. We understand it. And we know abiding by rules makes us successful, makes us, but when it comes to gang banging, oh, nigga, ain't no rules, nigga. Ain't no rules. And as soon as you leave the O block, what do? Stop at a red light. Hey, in the nigger community, we don't want no rules. But when we go to the white community and buy a Gucci, we gonna say yes, sir, and no, ma'am. Right? I ain't never seen a shootout at a Gucci store. I ain't never seen a shootout at a Louis Vuitton store. I ain't never seen a shootout on Rodale Drive, and all y'all niggas wearing that shit. You know why? Because you love and you pay homage to the white man. It ain't Allah. It ain't God. It's the fucking white man. That's why. You respect him more than you respect your own community. You piss on the corner and you say no ma'am at the Gucci store. You kill your own brother and you wear that gay outfits from Tom Ford and all those other guys. You respect that. And then you take that shit to the hood and you do that just to brag on other niggas. Yeah, nigga, I got this shit. This shit cost $1,300, nigga. That's cool shit, right? When was the last time you seen a shootout at a Gucci store? I'm just asking for a friend. I ain't never seen a nigga pull out a gun at a Gucci store. You being overcharged because you can get the same shit at the Slauson swap meet for $30. There's a Slauson swap meet in every urban city in America. Y'all niggas stand in line, huh? Stand in line. I don't give a fuck if my credit card paid 13%. Shit, I gotta get this. Shit, this Ferragamo, shit, it's mine. This Balenciaga shoes, these ugly ass Balenciaga shoes, they ugly, but they cost $2,700. They cost more than them Jordans. I dare you to piss on the corner on Rodale Drive and Wilshire Boulevard. I dare you. I dare you to go piss on the corner of Rodale Drive and Wilshire Boulevard. But your ass will piss on the corner of Malcolm X Boulevard and Martin Luther King Boulevard. You will, huh? Because you have no fucking respect. That's fucking why. That's fucking why. I see it all day, man. Niggas pissing on the corner thinking they invisible and shit. I dare you go rob the Gucci store, nigga. I dare you. Go rob the Gucci store. It's more money in there. You ain't gonna do that shit, huh? You ain't gonna do that. You scared of the white man. You respect the white man. You go to the judge and say, yes, sir. You go to the mediation room and beg your white lawyer, please, you got to help me, man. Man, you got to ask them to lower my bail, man. Please, man. I know I killed that nigga. I know I shot him at point blank range. I know it's on video. But, man, that $1 million bail, man, I only got $13 in my account, man. Can you get my bail down to $10,000? You murdered the man. How can I do that? Begging a white lawyer. Begging your public defender. Begging the white judge, please don't send me to jail. No, I don't want life, judge. No. But you go to the hood, you know what you do? You the biggest nigga in the streets, man. You in the streets, man. I've lived in LA since I was 8 years old. 8 years old, man. The safest block in Los Angeles is Rodale Drive. I ain't never heard breaking news. 9 shot, 2 dead on Rodale Boulevard, Rodale Drive. I ain't never seen that shit in my life. I ain't never seen that shit. Never. But you go to Malcolm X Boulevard every night. 2 shot, 1 dead. She got raped. Domestic violence. Y'all niggas don't want, man, we don't want to heal ourselves, man. We don't want that shit. We don't want to highlight the Clarence Thomas in the world. He's a coon, right? He's a coon. You don't agree with him publicly, so he's a coon, right? I don't agree with Barack Obama, but he ain't no coon. Steven Jackson's a real one though, man. I'm gonna smoke this blunt in front of this. That kid looks on my thumbnail. That kid looks 16 years old. I'm gonna smoke this blunt in front of this nigga. Hell yeah, yeah. You see my chains jangling? Yeah, I got 5 chains on my neck. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? See, no accountability, man. Everybody gonna blame other people. Shit, it's the government fault. It's racism's fault. It's racism. I take all the money I don't have down the Rodale Drive. Oh, that's racism, dog. Oh, that's fucking racism. Oh man, that's racism. That PPP loan. Oh, that's racism, dog. Oh man. That's niggas don't want to be free. Niggas are cowards in real life, man. You're a coward. You're a coward. If you condone that shit, you are a coward. You a coward. A big coward. You know what I mean? And then we jump over the line. I'm here, nigga. I'm here. Niggas will stand in the line when the gangbangers give them turkeys. I'm telling you, it happens every Thanksgiving. Every Thanksgiving, your local drug dealer's gonna give out turkeys. Oh man, he a real one. He a real one. Your auntie's addicted. Your mama's dead. Your cousin's doing 20 years. Your grandpa's house is up for collateral on your bail. Man, y'all don't want to hear me tonight. Y'all should just go to a boxing platform and go listen to boxing. Shit, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Go watch boxing. You know what I mean? It's tons of great YouTube channels. We don't want the truth. Niggas want to rob niggas. I ain't never seen someone at gunpoint at the Gucci store. I ain't never seen that shit in my life. And all y'all niggas wear it. Y'all respect the white man. I ain't never seen a black man go in the courtroom and bang, bang, shoot him up. I ain't never seen that. Y'all won't go on these white establishments. Y'all said the white man is the enemy. If the white man is the enemy, why are you doing crime on black people? But Fred is a coon for holding black people accountable. But niggas who do crimes on black people are real niggas. We can't snitch on them. Man, y'all niggas don't want that. Man, we don't want these phone lines. Y'all niggas are weak. Many of these niggas are weak and don't want to be held accountable. They still suck their thumb. They 27 years old, suck their thumb and pee in the bed. You know what I mean? These are niggas I'm talking to in real life. You know what I mean? What did he say, KB? I forgot what he said. I saw the notification, but I didn't really care too much. You know, I don't really expect a response back. I just say what I say and let it go. You know what I mean? So, you know. What's up, man? You driving safe tonight?
Yeah, you know, pushing on, Fred. You know, you hit the nerve tonight with some of these folks, man.
Man, fuck them.
Hit the nerve with some of these folks, man.
Fuck
but let me bring some other set of people up since you brought up Stephen Jackson. We know what Stephen Jackson is. But what about these Negroes who come to work and work at regular jobs and they work like normal people, follow the rules, they the best employees. On the weekend, they look like the gangbanger.
Right.
Why you look like a gangbanger and you work every day? When you get your free time and you're not being told to wear a uniform, and you get your free money and you go down there, you look like a gangbanger.
Right.
And you want to go hang out in the hood, and you got kids, and your kids are seeing that. What are you promoting? This thing go real deep. They go deeper than just Steve Jackson. They go way deeper than them kind of people. Some people, they get paid. He's getting paid to be that. People doing that for free. You're taking your money and you're doing that. And that's not even to mention these people who got these YouTube channels who get on here and play these characters. And they want to be the crippiest script that they can be and the thuggiest thug that they can be on the internet when you know you don't do that. But you're doing it for likes and views. This thing that got bigger than what it used to be, just TV. We got people doing it for YouTube. We got people doing it for Instagram. We got people doing it for whatever the case may be. People doing it for all different manner of reasons. And it's not, the motivation ain't money no more. It's just attention on different levels of attention, be it personal or social media. It's attention. And it's really sad and it's really pathetic because we're not talking about no kids. I know grown 40, 50-year-old men that look like a old, remember that movie Cell Block 4? They look like Cell Block 4 on the weekend. That's what these fools look like, walking around looking like that. Like, come on, man. We got to do better with that, man. And it's not, like you said, it's not the white man, it's us. It's us. And then what ends up happening, because we do that, you'll see other people that come and they leech off of our culture. They start talking like us. They're not from our culture, and we get mad. When Puerto Ricans do it, when Cubans do it, when all these other communities, the white man, you have a white boy that starts talking like he in the hood, and we get mad.
Mm-hmm.
But you shouldn't get mad at him. You should get mad when anybody talks like that, because that shit, that shit don't transcend into the workforce. So we just got to do better on all fronts, and we got to start holding ourselves accountable first and foremost. Before we can hold anybody else accountable, we got to hold ourselves accountable. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get off. But there's no way that you can. I see it every day. I see people who have good jobs making over $100K a year, and you see these dudes on the weekend, and you would never know that they work some goddamn way. You swear they sell drugs just by the way they look. They got pullouts on. They got a 4-pack in the mouth. They got gold chains on. Like, why do you look like that? Why is that the first impression that you want to give when you get money? I'm going to go ahead and get off, Fred. I appreciate your show, man.
No, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, that's another point. I appreciate it. When we get money, the first person we want to impress is the white man. Hey, I can afford this. I got this. We afraid of the white man. I ain't never seen a shootout at the Louis Vuitton store, but niggas go to a Subway and kill a nigga for mayonnaise, right? Ludacris manager shot, 1 dead outside of a restaurant. Ludacris manager is worth millions of dollars, man. So it's not a classist issue. It's a mindset issue. Ludacris and his manager got more money than all the tea in China, man. He got a private jet. Ludacris he's one of the more, it looked up on the outside looking in, he looks like a very sound businessman. Has a private jet, flies his own plane. Like he seems sound to me. So it's not just a classist issue. Oh man, you rich, so it's a little bit different. It's a mindset. And we got to understand this. 2, we're afraid of the white man. 1, we're afraid of the white man. We want to impress. 2, we want to impress the white man. And 3, here's what I want to say. I forgot my point. Shit. It'll come back to me. But it's not a proximity issue. It's not a proximity because teammates don't kill each other. That's what they want you to believe. It's a proximity issue. No, it's an energy level. You worship Satan, you act like Satan. Simple. You live by your neighbor for 20 years, he ain't kill you. It's a proximity issue. Man, I had the same people for 18 years. Right? We played at the same park. We went to the same middle school, elementary school, middle school, high school for 18 years. It's a mindset, proximity issue. So that means your mom, if I'm 40 and you're my age, your mom is about to retire and she worked at that job for 30 years in the same proximity with 30 people. She didn't blow the whole shit up. It's a mindset. And this is what I was going to say. 1, we're afraid of the white man. 2, we want to be accepted by the white man. And 3, we have to admit that we're down by 20. So it takes it takes a higher conscious level to surpass them. You can't be down by 20 at halftime and play the same way you played in the first half, right? 1865 started the second half, right? June 19th, 1865, right? We just celebrated it, right? That's the second half, right? We still playing like we in the first half. We're down by 13 points. We afraid to say, you know what? I can't do this because I got to be a trailblazer for black people. I understand it's easy to do A, but I got to take a few steps and do C because it's for the advancement of colored people. Ain't that what the NAACP stand for? That's what we say if it's the white man. Tupac, if Tupac had a podcast, he'll be saying the same thing I'm saying tonight, right? Brenda's got a baby. Right? And he said, it's not the white man I should fear. It's my own kind doing all the killing here. Isn't basically what I'm saying the same thing Tupac is saying? He just cooler, right? He just, you know what I mean? Niggas don't want to accept personal accountability. Niggas getting that Section 8. You know what I mean? Niggas getting them food stamps, right? You know? Niggas on unemployment, they comfortable. Niggas ain't lost that 40 pounds they gained during COVID, right? Niggas are comfortable. Niggas still working from home. Right? I ain't never killed the black person. I've been around 80% of my lifelong interactions have been with black people. I ain't never killed the black person. Proximity. I ain't never. So maybe I'm the exception to the rule. You know what I mean? Proximity, man. It's a mindset. You raise a demon, he becomes a demon. Proximity relinquishes personal accountability. Let's start with personal accountability. Let's start with you, black man. Go back in that house and be a black father. What a novice concept. If she don't want to be with you, then that's when you use proximity. Be Kanye West. Shit, I'm gonna buy a house across the street and around the corner so I can walk around the corner and pick up my daughter. Right? Right? That's proximity. That's the kind of proximity we should be talking about. When parents can't live together, you know what they do? They live as close as they can to one another so they can be accountable to their children. How about we talk about that accountability and proximity? Is that too challenging? I own guns. I ain't never said, man, I'm about to go kill a nigga. Oh, man, I'm about to go bang, bang, shoot him up. It's amazing, dog. It's literally amazing how we just fall into the traps of what white liberals tell us to believe. Proximity. If you're a black man, you will shake more black hands in your life than white, Asian, whatever. And that's the truth. If you're white, statistics say you will shake more white hands, and so on and so forth. Asian, Latino, whatever it is. They got you believing the other way. Proximity. So them niggas at Wall Street don't kill each other. They kill each other at Wall Street. And I already know one ridiculous white man. Well, it was a shooting, but they wake up and go to Wall Street every fucking morning. I ain't never seen breaking news. 50 people shot, 9 dead at Wall Street. I ain't never woke up. And so you talk about proximity in a high stress environment. Every second, billions of dollars is changing hands. Every second, someone goes bankrupt, someone becomes a millionaire. Someone goes bankrupt, someone becomes a millionaire. Every fucking day. You still want to talk about proximity? 52 players are on an NFL roster. They live together for at least 20 weeks. I ain't never seen, breaking news. 9 Las Vegas Raiders dead. 50 shot. I ain't never seen that. I ain't never seen that. Never. So there's too many different examples of proximity and people living together. We are allowing demons to breed demons. A woman's integrity will hold shape longer than her ass will. Oh, man. Feel free to call in if you don't mind. You know, call in and say what's up. But we just sit here and we just allow this shit to happen and we celebrate it like it's the coolest thing on earth. I'm never celebrating gang culture. Never, never, ever, ever. I was thirsty, right? And I went by 3 7-Elevens yesterday. I ain't going that motherfucker. I went to the supermarket. I'm not saying crime can't happen in the supermarket, but it takes too long. Niggas ain't gonna go in the supermarket and it takes too fucking long. The 7-Eleven, shit, the counter's right there. So I said, I'm going to the supermarket. Well, I went, yeah, that's where I'm going. Shit, I ain't not gonna catch me at no 7-Eleven. But these are the steps that we need to make. And I know 7-Eleven is just a microcosm, but I'm just talking about making decisions, not putting ourselves in positions. I saw something today where a woman complained that the biological father of their child was mad because she had 3 other kids by another man, and now she's holding this man accountable for taking care of the 3 other men. That's not his responsibility. He could be a kind man. You could be a kind man and bring the other kids, right? It sounds good. It looks good on paper. It sounds beautiful. But that's not his responsibility. Those 3 kids are your responsibility. Simple. It's really simple. And that's just the bottom line. Nobody want to call in, huh? And it's funny. See, if I was talking about Al Heyman, niggas would be calling in. But niggas don't want. See, niggas run from accountability, dog. They run from it. They run from it. They run from it. They run from it. But if I put, oh, Al Heyman is a piece of shit. Oh, no, Fred. Or if I put Earl Spence versus Terrence Crawford. Niggas don't want that account. They run from accountability, dog. Oh, you running. You crip walking right along with Steven Jackson. You know, oh man. You know what I mean? Like it's rough out here, man. It's hard out here for it. What'd he say? Man. Nah, no one's gonna call in tonight. And I'm gonna say this. If you agree with Steven Jackson, take yourself through a battery test. Like, what's the barometer for being a nigga? What's the median for being a nigga? What's acting responsible and what's acting irresponsible? Only you can answer that question. I'm not asking you because we have different we have different lives. We have different points in our lives. We're all striving to, well, I don't know if we're all striving to be better. That kid looks 16 years old, man. Did you see that little kid? Did they see that little kid? When he threw up a gang sign? Man, that kid looked so young. He looked like he was. He 45 years old, man, taking a selfie with a 16-year-old. Man, oh man, oh man. Nah, I'm not doing the unknown calls. You gotta, nah. Beam in. Here you go. Beam in. There you go. All you. Beam in, baby. But the quick solution is personal accountability. You don't need the government. You don't need you don't need them. You don't need them. 831, what's up?
What's up, Fred?
Hey, how you feel? How you feel? It's all you. I ain't even get to the motherfucking pro-black part, but anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, can't complain, man. I was listening to what you said, and I saw that part of that video. Stephen Jackson coming on doing that. I was very disappointed. Very disappointed in that brother, because he's been the face of some really serious issues in the country here for the last couple of years, and for him to do something like that, it just shows that we as a people, we pretty much are destroyed mentally, spiritually as well, with knowing the difference between right and wrong, values, and really having a lack of knowledge of self. And that's all of us. I mean, from the poorest of black folks to the richest of black people in this country, we really lack a knowledge of self. We don't know who we are. So we will eventually gravitate to that prevalent narrative that we are nothing but a bunch of gang banging Negroes. That is our ultimate culture, and anyone that you see outside of that is just an exception to the norm. And that's the narrative that's been built, and is or LBGTQ or just anything other than what we were traditionally back 50, 60 years ago. So I just think that that's our problem. Our problem is we don't have knowledge of self. We don't understand who we are as people. And it's not taught in school. It's not taught there. We don't know enough to teach our children. And, a lot of our kids and even adults are just following this narrative that's being put out in the media, because we want to be accepted by American society so bad that we'll take whatever position they give us. And the position that they're giving us is the refuse of the planet, the refuse of the society that we live in, and the refuse of the planet, the bottom of the totem pole in every socioeconomic area that you can think of. So very disappointed in that dude. Very disappointed. Man, I think, you to make all the money that he's made, seen all the things that he's seen, that he would know better than that.
Yeah.
Set a better example than that. Very disappointed in that brother. Very disappointed in him. I mean, I was speechless when I saw it. I couldn't believe that got to get your life right, man. You can't public. I mean, if you're going to do something destructive, where do that. If you can't overcome your demons and you're going to do something destructive, do that in private. Don't publicly promote something that is bringing death to your youth and to your community. And that's just super irresponsible. And I think we're all guilty of not making the right decisions at one point in our lives, or not doing the things that we should do at one point in our lives, because we become dependent on the system that we live in for whatever it provides. Just like you mentioned, we become comfortable in that, and we don't challenge ourselves to do better. And the biggest thing, I don't care what anyone says. You can talk about how educated you are, how much you know, this, that, and the other. But if you don't know your history and you don't know who you are, you don't know the environment, that you don't know about the environment that you live in and the opposition to your existence, then you're not educated at all. You just assimilated. You've been indoctrinated into the narrative that's being pushed in society. It's not going to be anything other than what that describes you as, when you have no knowledge of self and you don't understand the environment you live in. So we're a destroyed people in so many different ways, but the most important ways that we're destroyed is intellectually, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And that manifests in our, physical, economic condition that we're in. So I don't know what to say, really. I don't. I know we're all guilty of not living up to the things that we're capable of. We're all guilty of it. We get comfortable, but this is a war we're in. A war, survival is going to be based on our ability to define ourselves outside of the definition that exists in American society, because the definitions of what it means to be African American or Black people are descendants of 300 years of chattel slavery in this country. That definition of who we are is destructive in nature. We cannot accept that definition. We have to learn the truth about ourselves, define ourselves, and understand what God describes us as. How does God describe us? And then live in accordance to those standards. So it's sad, man. I don't know what to say. I mean, I just know that if we don't somehow change this thing around, we're gonna be like an artifact in the museum in the next 200-300 years. They won't even know who we are. That we were, other than us just going to a museum and seeing artifacts of us in our history. And then if you don't think it's possible, you can look at the plight of the Aboriginal people in Australia. Look at the Native Americans here. When's the last time you seen a Native American? I mean, just walking the streets. And they populated the continent, before that whole manifest destiny ideology that pushed west. They populated the continent, North America. So now you can't hardly find a Native American, a full-blooded Native American. You can't really find, the Mongolian type. I don't want to get into the specifics about us being here before Columbus. I won't get into all that. I'll just say that there are a lot of those people here, and now they're almost extinct, relatively speaking. So for us to think that it cannot happen to us, that's being very confused about what's actually going on right now. There's once you die spiritually, mentally and spiritually, physical death is sure to follow anyway. It's only a matter of time. And as a people, we're dead. We're dead mentally and spiritually.
Right.
So
it's a great point.
Yeah.
You're raising great points. And when it crosses the threshold, and this is, and help me out with this, because you're a successful man. You have a bunch of degrees, and when it,
I won't. You know what, Fred? I'm hustling. I'm hustling every day, just like everyone else. I won't say I'm successful. I will say God has blessed me.
Okay. That's we're not gonna make this a subjective conversation, man. And that's the problem. When people are successful, I'm successful, nigga, because someone is listening that can hear the tenor in your voice and say, hey, that's what success sounds like. And I have 2 parents in my house, and it's okay for me to be that. So the point I want to ask you is, when it crosses that threshold from an economic standpoint, and what I mean, Steven Jackson, KB put in the chat, Steven Jackson has made over $70 million. So not only does he have $70 million, but he has a pension. And not only does he have a pension, He has a job at Showtime and he does guest spots here and there. What does that say to a person like you who says, man, I don't know your background, but he's on the other
Me?
side of the fence in a mansion. I'm just perspective.
Yeah.
It's just I'm building. He's on the other side in the great suburb of Port Arthur, Texas, and he
Mhm.
goes back to be a nigga. He don't go back to
Wow.
be the $70 million man. He should have went there to be the $70 million man,
Right.
but he chose to be a nigga. What does that do to a person like you who sounds like you sound like me. You sound like a what they call us, Uncle a cracker. What they call us?
Uncle Tom.
Uncle Tom. Yeah. Uncle Tom. Yeah, but go ahead. Continue.
What does that do to a person like me?
Yeah, like
When I-
from a mindset perspective, like damn, he got 70
Oh,
million.
man, Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like it just for me, the first thing it does for me, because I'm sort of an analytical person.
Mhm.
The first thing I do is try to understand why. You know, I know that anything that we see, any reality that we see in the world today, there's a reason for it. And it's not just, oh, okay, that's just who they are. No, there's a reason for the way people conduct themselves, the decisions that they make,
Mhm.
that seem self-destructive or destructive to their communities. There's a reason why they make those decisions. There's reasons behind the actions and the behavior that people display. So for me, I just try to figure out why. Why is he doing that? And it comes down to we really don't have a definition, a true definition and understanding who we are as a people. So we grab hold of whatever narrative the society provides for us, because you don't want to live in a country, 40, 50, 60, 70 years and feel like you have no place in it. And at some point, even if that place is the refuse, the throwaway of that environment, you will accept that just to feel like you belong. You understand?
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll accept that, even if the acceptable, the socially acceptable narrative or position for you is the refuse of that society, the lowest of the low. Human nature drives you to accept that in order to be invisible, in order to not be invisible, in order to matter, in order to have some place that's defined. And that's the reality of it. We'll accept that because we don't know who we are. And because of that, we define ourselves in accordance to the prevalent narrative in social media, in society, we accept that, whether it's self-destructive or not. Pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And it's sad.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you don't educate yourself, when you have no knowledge of self.
Yeah.
That's why I say, I mean, you can go to like, it's like you see Barack Obama, these guys that have these Harvard degrees, and even I told you I got my doctorate from USC. The bottom line is, that wasn't education, man. That's not true education. True education is when you understand who God is and you understand who you are.
Is that wisdom or is that education?
Well, I mean, what else is education for? I mean,
sure, I get it.
Wisdom, yeah, I agree. Wisdom and education, or wisdom and knowledge, very simple, very similar. But wisdom is the proper application of knowledge. Wisdom is the proper application of knowledge. Well, the knowledge that we have as professionals only defines what we do. It doesn't define who we are. And I think true education, or wisdom, the application of knowledge, is when you can respond to your environment in light and understanding of who you are as a person and who God is and how you fit on this earth, a rightful place, not a place that's minimized or degraded like our place is in this society, but a rightful place as a human being on this planet. When you're able to define that, then that's true education. That's true wisdom. I don't care, it doesn't care, what type of, for me, it doesn't care what type, I don't care what type of background. You can be a doctor. You can be, I've got extensive background in nuclear engineering, advanced degrees in nuclear engineering, but that doesn't define who I am. That defines what I do. All of that without a proper understanding of who I am on this planet as a human being, and in the eyes of God, not in the eyes of this society. Understanding of that, without that, you're lost. Okay, how much you know? I mean, that's what's wrong with us. That's what's wrong with our people. We don't understand who we are as human beings that belong on this planet. Who we are in the eyes of God. We understand who we are through the lens of white supremacy.
Right. And we also have to see no difference in man, like a person who talks like he's in the streets and a person who sounds like he's in corporate America. I think those two people want the same thing for Black people. Like, for example, you can have a guy who owns a HVAC. He took the trade, worked odd jobs to start his own business, and instead of me working odd jobs, I went to college for 4 years. I think those two people want the same thing for Black people. They want their kids to be safe. They want the most beautiful woman with the highest levels of integrity, and but we separate each other. Like, oh, he's less than me because he sounds like he's a hood nigga. Oh, I gotta respect him because he sounds like he went to Harvard. You know what I'm saying? Or the other way around, the Stephen Jackson law. I'm not going to accept that I am privileged.
Yeah, almost made $100 million.
Yeah. I'm going to say, nah, that's not the real Stephen Jackson. The real Stephen Jackson is the man that can go to any hood in America and take a picture and be a pseudo gangbanger for a night. And I want you guys to understand this. And many of you guys were here this evening. I was in New York last summer. My mom and we went to New York, and it was a Friday night or Thursday night. It was the night of the draft, of last year's draft. I remember that because it was on my TV. And Keno, you guys saw him. He came in the shop, and he was incarcerated at the time. And his mom asked me to write a letter. It was like on a Friday or a Thursday. And she said, I need the letter. He has court. And I says, okay, I'm on vacation. I'll get to it. But I didn't know the deadline. I didn't know the deadline. I said, I'll get to it. I get back on Monday. I'll do it on Monday. Right. And I felt convicted to do it in that moment. I said, I didn't know the deadline was Monday. I learned the deadline when he came on the show.
Right.
And so I wrote the letter, and I'm not bragging on myself, but I have a lot of success. Like my resume is extensive. If I turn in a job application, it'll probably be 2 or 3 pages. Right. And so the point I want to say is, I didn't see him as less of a man. I didn't. Right. I said, oh man, he did it to himself. Yada, yada, yada. He's there. I said, no. It was a small little crime that he did, some bullshit crime. And if we can give him a second chance, let's do it. And I wrote the letter, and he was out the next week. And I know without a shadow of a doubt, I'm not bragging on myself, but I know that my letter had a great impact on the situation that he was in.
Wow.
And he came on the show. I didn't ask him to talk. I didn't bring him. I brought him on the show to talk boxing, but he shared it on the show. And I think that's the bridge that we got to have. Like, you are a man as well. Because think about it. I may be a millionaire financially, right? But I'm not an expert on everything. You're a millionaire on electricity, right? You're a millionaire in, I'm talking about just wealth of knowledge. Like, you're a millionaire in chemical, right? Chemical, you're like a chemical genius or something like that. Yeah. So everyone is a genius and have $1 million worth of wealth in what they do.
Right.
But people only use one barometer: how much money you got.
Right.
The Floyd Mayweather syndrome. How much money you got? I got more money than you. And now his daughter is the 7th baby mama. Because that's the only thing that he valued.
Right.
Was he only valued the person by how much money they had. So by his own standards, guess what? NBA YoungBoy is a fit son-in-law. No, he's not a son-in-law. They didn't get married. He is a fit father of his grandson. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. Yeah. For me, I get that totally, man. I think that money's not important. I mean, money's important because you need money to live, but you want to be comfortable. If you work hard, you want to be able to come home to a nice home and have the things that you need and the things that you want in life. And that's and then have something to leave your children and your grandchildren. That's what's important. Other than that, money, and have something where you can actually do something for other people, and not just for yourself, for your family members, and even beyond that. And so, money's important, and I think it's only important so that you have the things that you need for your family, for your offspring, and so that you can do for others. The more that you have, the more you should give away, because you're not going to be able to take it with you anyway. There's no hearses behind. There's no U-Hauls behind a hearse, as Denzel Washington would say.
But
so
you can leave it to your family, though.
Yeah, you leave it to your people. So, but that doesn't gauge who you are as a human being. I think if you make more money, you make it the right way, then hey, more power to you. I mean, that should be everyone's goal, but it should be so you can help other people. That you have the things that you want in life, but then take and be a person of charity. Give to those who are less than. Most Black people in this country, even I talk about the things that I've done from a professional standpoint, but at the end of the day, I grew up in the hood.
Wow.
Grew up in the hood. I got one biological brother, and he died in the streets. So I mean, I wasn't supposed to be doing what I'm doing now, or going to the places I've been, seeing the things that I've seen, doing the things that I've done. I was supposed to, they had a jail cell with my name, or a grave with my name on it too. We grew up in this environment. So I just say that, it was God's grace that I didn't fall into that. But it was also a decision that I made, that I wasn't going to live my life out like that. I was going to go to school. I was going to do the right things, and then I had a father that made sure, that if you didn't do those things, then there was a price to pay. And so I didn't want to pay that price. So I made sure when my grades came, that they were right, so he'd stay off my ass. Right. But at any rate, man, I think that, it's just really, I say that I'm not successful, or I'm not going to say I'm not successful, but I'm going to say that I know I could do a lot more in my life. Do I have, over $1 million worth of assets? Of course I do. but I know I can do a lot more with the information and knowledge that I have.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a matter of exercising. I think it's a matter of timing and exercising faith over fear.
Faith over,
and
no, faith over fear. Like I'm just processing.
Yeah.
What you're saying.
Yeah, faith over exercise and faith over fear, where you just say, okay, I don't know about this particular area or what's going on, and that's what's wrong with a lot of young black men that are willing to fight against one another, gang bang against one another, but then, like you said, when they won't go into certain portions of Los Angeles and carry on with that same behavior. They won't do that because they're afraid. They're afraid of the unknown, But the fact is that seeing someone like Steven Jackson going into those areas, he could bridge that gap because he's able to go in. He's able to go and function on in those areas, Rio de Janeiro, whatever that affluent place is in Los Angeles, and then whatever place he functions at, and he can go in the hood. Well, don't go in the hood and do the same things that's creating the hood, smoking dope and talking a bunch of crap. Go into the hood, and don't use drugs. Talk about things that give these brothers real knowledge about what they can do to use their camaraderie. Because that group, here's the thing about a gang, here's one positive thing about it. The fact that they're able to function together to meet a particular goal, that's one of the major obstacles that black people have, is being able to work together. So they've already overcome 80% of the problem because they're able to work together for some particular objective. They already have that beat. So if they just change their objectives and the means which they use to achieve those objectives to something that's positive, does not bring death to their communities, then they have, they're part of the solution, no longer part of the problem. But when you have guys like Steven Jackson that come in, where he has access to both sides of society, and he comes in with that negative narrative, pushing that same negative narrative that's destroying our community and destroying our youth, he's part of the problem now. I was very disappointed in that brother when I saw him do that. I was like, man, this guy, man, what is he thinking about? But then, I'm analyzing that. I'm realizing that he's just confused as everyone else. I didn't want to keep that. I didn't want to talk forever, Fred. But I didn't see anyone calling in, and anytime you're talking about social issues, for me, it's important because just like I said, I grew up in the hood. I didn't come from any affluent. My parents were middle class, and my dad raised me. My mother wasn't around, so what I found, I got that hard part of living. Where okay, you do the things you're supposed to do, or there's going to be consequences. So I learned about that reality very early in life. Wasn't a whole lot of nurturing or anything like that. It was like, okay, these are the rules. You follow these rules, then you're good to go. If you don't follow these rules, it's going to be consequences. And I think living under that particular ideology and way of functioning under my father's tutelage, being raised by him, taught me very valuable lessons in life early that a lot of black men don't learn because they're being raised by women that are nurturing and babying them too much. And they think that their actions don't have consequences, and also respect, right? That's one of the biggest things that my dad taught me was respect, because I had to respect the authority that was in my life. After a boy gets a certain age, he doesn't respect his mother anymore. He may love her, but he don't respect her, in the sense that, and eventually he doesn't respect her in the sense that he fears what she can do to him if he does not. And in most cases, not in every case. I'm not talking absolutes here, but that respect for authority is something that our young men lack as well. because there's a lot of single parent homes where women are raising these boys and nurturing them too much, babying them too much, and not teaching them, respect for authority and the law of consequences for our actions. So,
well, you inspire people to beam in, man. But before that main event, man, I appreciate you, man. You have black men that died and spending the rest of their life in jail over O Block and Steven Jackson playing for likes and views. And that super chat reminded me of how it's a Breakfast Club interview with Nipsey Hussle, and Puma, whoever he was sponsored by, wanted him to come out with some 60 Crip shoes. And Nipsey Hussle said, I can't do that. You got men spending the rest of their life in jail. I can't do that. And I'm not praising him for that, but what I'm saying is the energy that's around that. Like, we just can't say that's just Crip walking.
Right.
We can't just say, oh, that's a mural of King Von. I saw them. I think that's King Von. I don't know what he looks like. And no, it's the history that goes along with it, because we say, oh, slavery, right? Oh man, slavery this, slavery that. Well, the same thing goes for the gang culture, man. And we'll go in order, man. What's up, Hannibal? What you got? What's up? And,
yeah, I just want to speak
Ray
on the whole situation. You hear me?
Yeah, we hear you well.
Yeah, because I'm from Chicago, and I had left Chicago 2 years ago, and I stayed around in that area. I just want to speak on that whole Steven Jackson thing, because I feel as though like he exploited them.
Yes.
And when King Von and them was alive, he wouldn't be able to go over there, because it was a point in time where you couldn't walk past Parkway Gardens. It's not called O Block, it's called Parkway Gardens. The internet, due to Europeans making these Chicago drill videos. Also, Michelle Obama is from Parkway Gardens, and Barack Obama, being president, had put a spotlight on Chicago. And I'm really pissed off about it, because from like 2012 to 2018, 2019, when it was going up, when bodies was dropping, bullets was flying, it was times where I had, I got off of work. If I got to catch the green line that goes past it, I have to reroute in order to go home, because I don't want to get killed. People don't understand that O Block has no OGs, so I'm just trying to figure out who is he checking into. All of them people in O Block is teenagers and people in their early 20s that was running O Block, well, Parkway Gardens to be exact. So he looks like a goofy to me. And a lot of people, I don't even know why those teenagers accepted him, but people from Chicago, we different, man, and we'll call you a goofy in a minute and rob you and send you back home. So I don't even know how he made it. Like, if Von and them was still alive, they wouldn't have accepted him coming over there. This won't even happen. Then on top of that, people don't understand that King Von mural is that's on the side with the enemies, or they ops, as they say.
Really?
I swear to God, and I'm gonna tell you how I know, because I used to stay over there. I stayed on 71st Street. Their ops used to come by that AutoZone and shoot at them, because Parkway Gardens is a gated community. See, people don't know that. See, people watch YouTube videos of these Chicago drill videos of O Block, Lamb Run, and all that stuff, but they don't know what we was going through living in those areas, man. FBG, Duck, and them, they literally neighborhoods is across the street from each other.
Wow.
They all in one circle. Because across from the Green Line is Brick City, aka 600. Lil
Hey,
Durk and them,
tonight,
Lil Durk and them is on the other side of the damn Ryan. He from Limron, but he got
can I
ties
ask you a
with
question?
people from Park. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so it sounds like to me, you know, everyone that you're talking about, these are all black folks in a black community, basically, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it ever? I mean, and you just tell me, I don't know, bro. And the reason why I don't know, because I left the hood a long time ago when I joined the military a long time ago. I haven't lived in the inner city since the 1990s. But what I'd ask you is, does the question or the conversation ever come up that we're just killing each other? I mean, does it ever dawn on those who call each other ops, whatever term they use? Does it ever dawn on them that, hey, I'm just killing somebody who looks just like me?
Well, the ones that's alive right now, that's in their 30s.
We all live in poverty.
Now they're saying that the ones that's alive in their 30s or late 20s, because people need to remember that they was all in their early 20s doing this stuff, late teens. I'm 35, so I've seen some of these people, not all of them, but I've seen some of them just being outside, minding my business, going where I need to go. But I've seen some of these people. So now the ones that's alive, now they're saying like, yeah, we just killing people. And we need to, you know, stop doing that because you got families. A lot of people don't even know they all grew up together and they was once friends. And majority of them are blood cousins, family members.
That's big facts.
Everybody know each other in Chicago. So they really not ops. They just had to pick a side.
So
and that's the sad part, not to interrupt you, but like that's exactly what you see in the internet. It'd be stuff like, oh, rest in peace Pookie, but free such and such, the person that they know killed Pookie, and you got people rattling both sides of the fence. But go ahead, continue, man.
Yeah, I was about to say my woman, that's some of her cousins. The girl who got shot up, who was pregnant, that's her cousin. Also related to what's the dude named King Yellow? Everybody's family in Chicago. Only reason why it got crazy like this is because they tore down those project buildings and sent all the OGs to the feds. So then everybody that was from the projects had to move into these neighborhoods, and that's when the gangbanging kind of changed and it turned into blocks.
I'm hearing everything.
You said what?
Why do you think that's happening? I mean, you know, why do you think that? Why? I mean, I understand but why do you think that's happening? Why do you think that's happening so much?
Chicago is one of the most corrupted cities, the most segregated city in America, and it's also because of gentrification too. Because those project buildings, that was a different world, man. Seriously, like the people really was running the community. They had the cops shook, seriously. Like if the cops come over there, they were shooting them from off top of the buildings. Like it was wild, man, when those project buildings was up. Like,
and I just think this is all crazy.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you, bro, and it's like what you're describing in Chicago is similar things that happen in the ghettos of Sacramento. I'm pretty sure everybody on here can say that they tore down the typical ghetto because, but it was a similar setup in Sacramento. We had environments like that where, you know, it was a gang environment, gang infested communities. But these dudes, man, these young boys be on top of roofs with, you know, choppers and stuff protecting their community. And it's like when they then started to do exactly what you said, because it's the same thing. They started selling those communities, knocking it all down, And then these people are now forced to branch out, and they take those same habits to now different environments, and they just spreading the nonsense everywhere, man. And you know, gang banging, man. I got a little short story to tell y'all real quick, because I mean, I went through that whole process, and it was one of the dumbest things I've ever done. And it's like, it's a real peer pressure thing for real, for certain people. You know, like I was young, all my cousins were from an environment, and they just basically all damn near surrounded me and was like, "Hey, you want to get put on?" And it's like what do you say in those moments when you don't have no real guidance? Like as far as you don't have no father figure in the home, you tend to follow, you know? And what I learned that day, bro, was the dumbest decision ever. Why the hell would I agree to let people beat up on me? It was the stupidest shit ever, getting jumped into a quote unquote gang. And then you know what I realized right after? I was no safer. I started having like random, like, bro, I couldn't go to the mall without dudes staring at me like, oh, that's such and such from such and such. Now I got random beefs with people I don't even know. I don't even know you. And it's like I had to walk around like that, you know, like it got real uncomfortable for a while, and I had to like drift myself away from all that stuff, because that's the type of lifestyle that you end up in. And if you don't have real common sense, because a lot of people don't have common sense, bro, it's not that common anymore. But like, bro, you won't even realize what you're doing. Like, why the fuck would I agree to let these people beat up on me? They get put on to prove I'm tough and stuff. Like I agreed to let these people put me on a game, and before you know it, bro, my eyes split. I'm sitting here fighting for my life. And it's like, why would I agree for something like that? Why would anybody agree for stuff like that? That's what I started thinking afterwards. And then ever since,
kind of different with
What's good, Hannibal?
Initiation. What's up?
This B&B, man. I'm from 5322 in projects, bro.
All right.
From the whole.
Right. So you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You were speaking some real facts. Most of my friends are dead. Sad to say. And it's the same families. When they knock those buildings down, they scattered them throughout the city, and then the same families that's pretty much, and they offspring is pretty much causing a havoc in the city. The reason why they knocked those buildings down was to scatter them through the city so that the whites could reclaim all the way from 55th all the way to downtown, to make them they commute to work to downtown shorter.
Yup, absolutely. Yup.
And so me looking at this, the best thing my mama ever did. I lived in 5322 903. You know, and my mama was like, hell no, I ain't raising my kids in this motherfucking shit, because we used to go through some shit up in them buildings, man. Like my dad was an MC. He passed away, and but he was an MC. You know, everybody over there at Washington Park, you know, sit at the pub right down there on 56. You know what I'm saying? And
not too far from 600 and Parkway. You know, yup.
You know, so everybody there, and you know, my homeboy Yule came to my dad's funeral, man, and we was like, all right, man, I'm gonna link up with you, and he got killed the day after.
Wow, what's crazy? The MC? What is that? What is the
MC?
MC is a Mickey Cobra.
A what?
Mickey Cobra. You gotta look up the Mickey Cobras. It was the leader, name is Mickey Cogwell. So you know, just do your research on that.
Yeah.
MC is a gang.
Yeah.
Yeah. A gangster, you know. They used to do shit up in there. You know, that's why, like when you look at, especially in the 80s when it was real strong when we was up in there, you know, if you think of the Gangster Disciples, you know what I'm saying? You could say that they was probably 150, 200,000 strong in them buildings, right? And the VLs, the Vice Lords, was something even colder too. You know what I'm saying? They would have wars in those buildings, and the police was scared to come in there, bro. Like, I used to watch from the 9th floor when they used to war, and that's what we call it. We call it a war, you know. And man, the police would come, right? They would get the gumption to come, and like my boy was saying, like Hannibal was saying, these boys are sitting at the roof, you know, especially like even in the Wild Hunters, like 103rd and Wentworth, over there back in the day, it's a little bit more calm down. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas used to call. They used to do reckless shit. Basically, just call the police, call the ambulance, and start shooting from the roof. Wow. And so the police was scared to come in the projects, man. They would get shot, bro. These niggas, this is different breed.
To brag about.
It's nothing to brag about, but this is truth, though.
Yeah. So you know what I would tell you, man, what the things that you're talking about, you're talking literally a war zone, right? And what people that come out of war zones, what they normally suffer from is PTSD.
Yeah, I got a lot of that.
I mean, I think a lot of people that grow up in those areas, and a lot of Black people in general, as a people, we suffer from PTSD. The other thing we suffer from is ADHD. Ain't no daddy at home, right? Not enough men. Not enough men are growing up in these environments, raising their families. Hey, Fred, if you're still listening, man, I think,
still listening?
Yeah, I don't know.
Learning
I'm
lesson for me.
on the phone, so I can't really see you.
Oh,
brother.
okay,
Yeah. Sorry, but anyway, what I was gonna say is that, man, I mean, I think how we can affect change, because there's so many of these young brothers that are growing up without fathers in these communities like this, is there needs to be. They need to have an alternative, right? They need to have an alternative where they learn some type of trade skill. I mean, whether it be, like you were mentioning, HVAC earlier, being an electrician, being a plumber, things that they can do that, you know, that bring in instant income. You know, not going and sitting in somebody's college for 4 years and finding out that you got a bunch of school debt and you still don't know shit. But, you know, actually going in these trade schools, that's where I think Steven Jackson and all these other affluent athletes, Black athletes, people in society who have a certain amount of knowledge or education that can help out with the effort. We all need to come together and figure out how we can start some trade schools up for these young Black men to get into, so they can learn a skill to take care of their families. Because, you know, right now, electricians, you know, every house building requires electricity. If you become a journeyman or a master electrician, you couldn't make all the money there is to be made with that type of trade or that type of license. So I think that's something that we, as people who know better and have the ability to help out, that's what we need to be doing. We need to be getting some schools together, some trade schools. They took all the trade schools out of the high schools. There's no more trades in the high schools, in most of them. So
no, brother. Can I intervene?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Interject. It's there for them now. You know, since 1965, Black people have actually been free with all the rights of American at this particular point. So now they have the right to choose. But the generation, which I call that was lost in the 80s, has not produced, because the generation came up without fathers, without even their mothers. Even their mothers may have raised them. They have lost their mothers. Most of their mothers have been lost, and so they don't have anything. They don't have the consciousness to see that they need to do better, meaning that everything that they do now, they see it as being right. You know, so since it's right in their minds, that's what they'll continue to do because they don't see anything better. But the difference is this next one, the one that left from the 2000s. You had to skip all them. Those are the ones that are conscious, that can actually see that this is wrong. This is why we're talking about this. You know, so now the thing is, yes, you need your education. You need to find a mentor, somebody that can talk to you and place you in the right mental spot to make sure that you and your offspring can continue from here to the next. And so the thing of it is, they can always go to school. I'm gonna say this: Obama produced for kids while he was in office is 2 years. 2 years that they could go to a technical college and get a skill for a plumber, being an electrician, and they right out of high school. If they qualified and they graduated, they could have went and did that. And some of them are not doing that because most of them want to be entrepreneurs now. You know, they don't want to work for nobody. They don't want nobody to answer to. This is the generation that we're coming in. They don't want that. So how do you get them to want something more than what they've been offered? This is the grand question.
Trade schools, man. Those trade schools, once you become a licensed plumber or licensed electrician, you do work for yourself. You don't have to go work for anybody. Once you actually become, you know, I had an electrician at my home the other day because one of the refrigerators went out and needed a capacitor changed. The dude came in, changed out the capacitor. It took him 15 minutes, and he made $500 in 15 minutes. And the guy owns his own business, and he said that he told me that he's got so much business he's got to turn it down. He's got to turn jobs down, you know. And he doesn't work for anybody. Those trades, that's how you become an independent businessman.
They made more than me as a school teacher. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they just got to figure out another way of doing business, you know, because we have liberties here in this country. We have rights, and so you have the liberty and the right to do business how you choose, and they need to figure out how to choose their rights and figure them out, and so they can have their liberties in order to be able to function in the society itself. You know what I'm saying? So the culture needs to change, and the thing that we've been lacking the most in this culture as Black men is family, the core family, mother, father, daddy, sister, everything has been fractured on purpose.
Yep.
And so we have to figure out how can we get back to that before 1965 in order for us to have any real success in everything, because you got to remember, everybody comes from the South. All of us. If we're in the North,
all of us from Chicago, we from the South.
We from Mississippi,
Memphis,
New Orleans,
Alabama,
Memphis, Tennessee,
Arkansas,
Alabama, Arkansas, and that's why we have our own language. We speak different from y'all because we've been projected into a mainstream city in the second Great Migration to build, because we were building the South. We built this country. Everybody from the South built this country. We made America. We are America. And they cannot function without us. That's why they always pander for your votes, because they need you.
Well,
you know,
I mean, that's changing. That's changing too. But, you know, I understand what you're saying. How old are you, brother?
I'm 45.
Just curious. Huh?
I'm 45.
45. Okay. All right. So we're not. I mean, I'm not too much older than you, but the point is that we need to. I agree everything you're saying, and you're kind of like on my end of the spectrum where, I don't think. I just don't want to. I'm kind of hearing the language from you that you're saying, okay, obviously we have our own responsibilities. There are things that are available to us, but then there's a lot of the folks growing up nowadays, the young kids growing up, the young folks 20, 30 and below, they think that things that are going on are normal or just the way that they're supposed to be.
Right.
And that's not the case. But I mean,
that's what I said.
Yeah. So we got to figure something out because it's not right. If we want, not to end up being artifacts in the museum, like I mentioned earlier, in the next 200-300 years, we better get it turned around and get it turned around quick. I mean, a lot of people will already say it's too late.
Well, only real thing that we have to do is convince our women to not buy into the system.
That ain't gonna happen.
That's it. That's the key.
Yeah.
That's one of the keys.
I think that's a waste of time. That's just my opinion. I'm gonna always say this to the day that I die. Black men, we got the right to date who we want to date at this point.
Of course.
So we can sit up here and say let's sit at the round table with them. They've been showing us for the past 150 years, but if you want to bring up the internet, I've been telling people since 2010. Look at what women doing on Facebook, Twitter. Now you got TikTok and Instagram. They showing you who they loyal to. So at this point, why we gotta keep saying we need to convince them? Only worry about the women that respect themselves and got respect for black men. We keep trying to worry about all black women.
I understand exactly why you guys are saying that. I understand why you're saying that because it's hard to find, a black woman that's got her head on her shoulders and not really, out here gold digging and, bed winching and so forth. It's hard to find that because that's the image that's put out there. That's the narrative that's put out there as a place and accepted position.
Yeah, we got free will. They've been exercising their free will this whole entire time. Why are black men
for 57 years?
Why are black men scared to do the exact same thing? I'm not going to sit. I don't want to sit at the table with them. I'm sorry. I don't want to convince them or nothing. Because I'm going to waste my time and then I'm going to be disappointed. I'm only focusing on the women that respect black men and the family. That's it. And majority of them are married anyway. So at this point, black man, date who you want to date, because at the end of the day, if the black man is there, it's a black family. That's all I gotta say. I appreciate you letting me come on. I'm out.
You can't dip off on that. You got to give a chance to respond to that.
Already lost. If you feel that way, we're already lost. I mean, here's the thing. You have to, okay. You have to, as a black man, you have to take leadership, right? What leadership means is responsibility and accountability.
But can I say something? There are black men who are stepping up to the plate and doing that, and we getting turned down. So again,
come on, brother. Please, come on.
Let me finish. What I'm trying to say is that as black men, as a black man in your community, in your home, you are ultimately responsible for what happens in that home and in that community. If that community is falling apart, that's not on the woman. That's on you.
No, I'm not. See, and that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I did not blame a woman not one time. I'm saying they're showing who they want to be loyal to and what they want to do. I'm fine with that. I'm not convincing no woman to let me be a leader. Either I'm a leader or I
Let
go
me ask you
somewhere
this.
else. That's all I've been
Have,
saying.
have
I'm
black
not listen. I'm not a pro-black though, so I'm gonna say that I'm not a pro-black.
have
I
black
like black women. I don't have nothing against them. I never came on this show and blamed black women, but don't say that I'm blaming black women because I'm letting you all know what's going on out here.
what I'm
That's
saying is
that's a,
that if
that's
our
a small
community
that's
is
a small
messed
clip
up
though, brother. That
and
ain't
the
that ain't.
women
That
are
ain't no
alive,
small clip. We just need to stop being disingenuous about what's really going on out here. I don't care if you were a black woman. That's good. But I'm not about to worry about rebellious black women. That's not my problem. And I don't want to sit down and try to convince them or talk to them about nothing. Let them go about their business.
You said rebellious black women. What kind of shit is that?
Yeah, nah, bro. I feel you, Hannibal. I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
you. I
Hey,
feel
Cal,
you
Cal,
100% on that.
Hey, Cal,
Gotta be real.
Cal, I like
Look,
you.
man.
That's
Look,
I
man.
like
type
you
stuff
because I
though, bro.
like what you
Like,
be doing, Cal. I
Look,
like
my
man.
what
thing
you
is like
doing.
love who you love, but listen, love who you love, but dog, you can't just put down all black women because of a few black women you can't get down with.
Cal,
I
Cal,
can't do that.
Cal,
I hate that.
Nah,
Cal,
bro.
what did I just say? What did I just say on here, Cal? I said I'm only worried about black women who respect themselves and black men. So that means I'm making a separation. I did not say all black women. So what are you talking about, Cal?
He did. Yes, he did not say that. What he's talking about is
This is what I'm
that
talking. I'm about to go to work. Thank you for letting me come on. But this is what I'm saying with black men. When they hear another black man speak like me, they want to throw a blanket on him and saying that he's putting down all black women. Listen to what I'm saying before you want to respond, because you just listening just to respond. Now, one time I came on his show and said all black women are trash. I don't care about black women. It's the black woman fault. Never said that. So why would you say that to me?
I didn't say that, bro. I said that you said
what
that you said rebellious black woman. That's what you said, bro.
Okay, so when this show is over with,
You didn't say some. You didn't say
listen to
some
the
black women are
replay.
rebellious. You said rebellious black women, bro.
Listen to the replay, and then you understand what I'm saying. I'm out. Peace.
What's going, y'all?
here's the thing, and I agree with what you're saying, man, because it sounded like it was a blanket statement in regards to black women. And
Well,
my
he didn't say. He said rebellious
no,
black
he
women.
didn't.
That's
He
why I
did
was
not
like,
make him.
that's why I said
It
rebellious
sounded-
black women.
but here's my blanket statement. The failures that we've experienced in the black community and the failures that we've experienced in our homes as black men, although they may not be completely 100% due to our actions, we are responsible. We are responsible. If our women are not falling in line to the things that we need them to fall in line with in order to have successful families and successful communities, we have to look at our leadership. Have we met?
Brother, I'm gonna stop you right there. No, man. This is what you're talking about is your feelings. What has been natural for a long time that has been established on this planet has always been business. What is more economical for you? What is the greatest benefit to you as a person? And the truth is, what I have found, yes, I love black women, deal with them, but I have not found the loyalty that I need to see out of black women that I can find elsewhere. My woman, who is more loyal to me than I put her up there, almost up there with my mom. She had her shoulder. You know what I'm saying? And she was from India.
Can you explain explain the loyalty that you're saying though? You gotta let us. You gotta chop it up. We gotta understand. You saying loyalty? What do you mean by that?
Loyalty is everything, bro. And you can say love don't mean shit, bro.
Break down what you're saying. Like you saying like
loyalty.
What's loyal? Like what's the criteria?
What is loyal? What is loyal is that just because we are in this situation with predominantly single parent homes. And those single women have not made good choices for their children. So since they have not made good choices, but they are taking care of the ones that they have, they have to make better choices in order for them to accomplish what they need to accomplish in life.
You said your girl is loyal. You said that she's more loyal than this girl. Explain to us the loyalty part, though.
You want me to explain to you loyalty?
Yes, bro.
You have it already. Why are you asking me?
Here's the thing. Here's the question to ask.
I'm just
provided
lost,
the leadership. Have
really
black men provided the leadership? Have black men provided the leadership for our families and for our communities that will allow our women to follow us and be loyal over the last 40, 50 years? And I would say no.
Do we hold the women accountable though?
The reason why we haven't done that, and I think the reason why we haven't done that is because we don't work together. We don't work together. What people don't realize is that racism and systemic oppression is a team sport. It doesn't happen as a group of individuals. It happens as a team. This is a systemic thing, and you cannot fight systemic oppression on an individual level. In order for black people to come out of the situation we're in right now, with our families pretty much fragmented and destroyed, it's going to take a group effort. Individuals cannot do. I mean, you can do it on an individual basis, but it's just the whole that matters. It's gonna take a group effort to overcome what we're going through. The bottom line is our women, yeah, they're out of control. But a lot of our women are out of control, without question. But
why don't you quit giving them concessions?
Black men have not provided the leadership that would give them a viable option to follow.
And that's the truth right there. What he just said, the black man has not given them the option to be, to have an actual leader, and that's what they look for, man. So when they don't see an actual leader, what do? They go to what? The alpha male, right? Ain't that what we always talk about? So what we have to understand too is we need to learn how to meet people where they at, for starters, and like really dig deep with our women. For example, me, I keep telling y'all, bro, the biggest thing about me is this was our damage level, me and my wife, bro. Like we both were not damaged. And if you get what I mean, it's a circle of damaging happening right now. You got a woman who talks to a dude, the dude does her wrong, and now she has this, well, fuck all dudes mindset. So she do the next dude she talked to wrong. She do the next dude she talked to wrong, and now he got that mindset. So it's a domino effect. When when it really falls in place and everything's perfect, bro, it has a lot to do with two people not being damaged or being just as damaged as each other to where they can heal each other. And
But
that's
these
a real
black
big
women
key.
also getting damaged by the hip hop community of these black women with their hands out, bro. They also want people to hand them shit instead of building together, bro. Like that's where they're getting damaged at. Like a lot of these black women want their hands, they got their hands out. They want a
And you know
Birkin
why
bag.
they had their
They
hands out
want,
though?
they want,
Because
they,
it's
they
an
want a
easier
Gucci
route.
bag. And if you don't
Yeah,
meet that
it's an easier
criteria,
route too.
if you don't meet that criteria, they want you out your house or they cheating on you. You get what I'm saying? That's what's fucked up with this community. Like roles is being reversed, bro.
Want you out of their house.
No, I'm not gonna
Roles
lie to
been
y'all.
reversed since motherfucking Jenny Jones, nigga.
But like
niggas have been losing because I'm telling you, our community, our black women have been bought out by the government on purpose. And sooner you understand this, the sooner, the better you'll be. You know what I'm saying? And you have options after that. Once you understand that fact, you have options after 1965.
Well, I hear what you're saying. And there's a whole lot that all falls in place to fuck up everything. Like you said, the crack era, right? But the biggest part that you leave out is the gang banging era. Because like you said, 1965. Didn't the Crips start in what, 1969 or some shit like that? So you see what I mean? It's like, bro, it was very systematic to where everything was destroyed, and then the fathers were taken from the home. And my biggest issue of what I'm hearing right now from everybody, bro, is like what you said, Fred. we need to hold the women accountable, but dudes also need to be accountable, bro. It's a two-way street, bro. Like,
Why
dudes
the
gotta
fuck
be
you putting
accountable
it on
too.
us? We've been carrying this goddamn burden for motherfucking 57 years, nigga.
So listen,
Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, nigga. Don't bring that here.
Hey,
Nah, because what you're doing, bro, right now is you making excuses now, bro. On a real ass
You
note,
making excuses, nigga. That's
how
what
the
I
fuck
hear.
am I making excuses? How am I making excuses? I stand on my motherfucking feet, and what you're doing right now is you're sitting here acting like it's just the women. Like, ain't no fucked up ass dudes out here. I have family members that are fucked up
That's
ass
the
dudes,
women
and I'll
that
smack the
raise
shit out of
these
them.
niggas, nigga.
So what's that mean? They don't have to be accountable now because they was raised by women?
Nah, you
Listen to what you're saying.
The reason why
Listen
they
to what you're
raise these
saying.
women is because we not doing our fucking part, bro. We all got blamed.
No, Brody. These
Bro,
niggas
That's
out
what
here
I'm
lazy,
saying.
Brody.
Listen, hold on. None of us are blameless though. We all play a part in the
Man, these
bullshit that
niggas
the
out
black
here
community
And that's
has
what I'm
been
saying.
going
That's
through.
what I'm saying.
Bro, these niggas out here lazy. Back then, niggas was going out and going to get it, bro.
And that's what I'm trying to say right now. That like they have to be held accountable too. Like we know there's niggas that's lazy, so let's
I
not
want to
just.
know the loyalty though.
They want to sit on the
Hold
corner.
on, y'all. He still ain't broke down his loyalty factor. Like I want to know what you mean by the black women haven't shown loyalty. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. Black women been through
Like
more
I
shit
said,
than
they
all
got their
other women.
hands out. They
Period.
want a Birkin bag.
Yeah, let them talk, Jay. Go ahead. We'll go one at a time because we got an audience that can't hear us. Go ahead, Kyle.
I'm saying I want him to explain him saying that the loyalty factor. I gotta understand that part because I don't know what he means by the loyalty. I want him to know how.
Well, hey, bro, I asked you. I said you know because you have it.
How do you know I got it?
How do you know you got it? You don't know what that is? You ain't got it.
Bro,
That
I'm
means
just
you
saying,
ain't got
bro,
it.
What's your
That
criteria?
mean you ain't got it.
What's your criteria though?
Huh?
If you can hear. I said, what is your criteria?
I don't know. What is yours? You have it, so I want to know. I'm
You
asking
the one
the
that
question.
said it, bro.
Nah. I get what you're asking him. What you're trying to say is, what he's trying to say is, what do you expect out of your woman?
B&B boxing. He ain't talking to Kyle. They talking to you.
No, he
No, Nick.
Gave
Bro,
you something.
I'm talking to you.
Say their name. So we got 5. We got 6 people in here. Rashad, who you talking to?
I'm not talking to Kyle. I'm in agreement with Kyle.
I knew that already.
And I'm trying to get him to understand what he's saying right now. Because, like, bro, I'm in complete agreement with Kyle, bro. Everybody needs to be held accountable, and we can't like we can't just see a black dude, right, and watch him do stupid shit, and then sit there and say, well, he ain't had no daddy, so that justifies his behavior, and then like just brush it off like that, bro.
Oh, you
Fuck
went
yeah,
off on something else. All right, go ahead, rewind.
No, and it's like no, because like at the same time, bro, I got 2 boys and 2 girls. My girls matter too. You feel me? And I don't want them talking to no lazy ass bum nigga. I'm just gonna be blunt about it. I have standards for them, bro. Like, you know, so if a dude is not meeting their standards, do they not have the right to find somebody who is meeting their standards?
These kids,
are they wrong for that?
No. I'm gonna explain this to you. These kids did not have what you're giving your children. These the people that we're talking about do not have what you're giving to your child.
Why? Why don't they have that?
Because they've been separated since 1965. They selfish. You know.
Okay. No, because they are casualties of war. They are casualties of war. And whenever you look at, you study any war, when a woman, they kill the men. The men are on death row when you become a prisoner of war. Your woman, she's taken into captivity as a spoil of war, the spoils of war, right? So when your woman turns against you, that's not a natural thing. That's something that is a function of you being a casualty of war, and your woman.
See, I understand what you're saying, but think about it. We are here now.
Hey, BB, let them finish, and then you can respond.
Your women and children have been taken on as the spoils of war. And is what's going on in the community, everything that you guys are saying in regards to the condition of black women, the loyalty and so forth, that's real. That's real. No question about it. Our women are out of control in a lot of different ways. Not every black woman, but there are a lot of black women, young black women especially, are growing up that are out of control.
This is why I like Neely
that way because we are in a war against the system of oppression and white supremacy, and it sets up the conditions where there are no black men in the home. There is no father figure. There's no authority. There's no structure. And what's happening right now is our women are spoils of war, and most of us are casualties. Why? Because we can't come together and realize that we're fighting the system, and you don't overcome systematic oppression or systemic oppression through individual effort. It's got to be.
You starting to make sense now.
All black men realize that, we through.
Yeah, BB, you want to?
Yeah, no. I like how he got that. You know what I'm saying? But the thing of it is, the other part of it is you have to figure out what you're doing with your own. It's all about self. Selfish. Most people are extremely selfish. But selfish, self-worth. You know what I'm saying? What do you care about, and what do you put out there in this world? Is the love that you protect, that you paid for, that you love, is that the same thing? Do they match? Make sure they'll match.
When you guys talk about walking away from your women or our women because they don't, they're not acting right, or they're not loyal, they don't have the right level of respect. What you got to realize is that the condition that they're in is a large part due to our failures as black men, because we weren't there.
You cannot put this on us, bro. I'm not going to allow you to do that. I'm going to stop you right now while you talk.
In the words of the great philosopher Donald J. Trump, is blame to be had on both sides, bro.
Well, let me ask
everybody fucked up.
Are you guys? I'm gonna ask you guys one question, and I'll back off, because I see this is a sensitive topic. Are you guys familiar with the Bible? You familiar? Do you guys have you ever read it or believe in it?
Yeah, I read it.
Yeah, I've read it about like 8, probably like 20 times actually.
Okay, so great. You're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the beginning, right? Right. When Adam and Eve was in the garden, this story, right? And Eve, right? Adam was in the garden by himself for a while, and the serpent, right? Satan, that was in the garden.
He was in there for about like 150 years by himself.
Okay, all right, great. You know the story. So Satan didn't really deal with Adam directly. He didn't really deal with Adam directly. He waited until Eve came on the scene and began to talk to Eve, right? Eve was the one that took the bite of the apple first. We're talking the story now, right? Whether you believe it's true or not, this is the story. We're going to try to get to the principle of the story. Eve took the bite of the apple first, right? And then she convinced Adam. Satan got Adam to take the bite of the apple through convincing Eve to do it and using her power over to influence.
Can I say something though?
Well, let me
finish
first.
No, I got it.
I had a question. So
the question was,
are you gonna let me finish?
I'm finished.
You gonna let me finish, brother?
Go ahead,
let me finish.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Okay. So when he took the bite of the apple, and then God came in the garden and was walking through the garden and calling for Adam and Eve, I'm calling for them, right, to find out because they were hiding because they had sinned against God. When he asked the question, what happened? Who did he ask the question to? Did he ask Eve or did he ask Adam? He asked Adam, what did you do? Go back and read the scripture.
I understand.
Okay, so
sin entered through the world through one man, not a woman.
The moral of the story is this: the responsibility for how your family and how your community goes, you're going to be held responsible for that by God, not that woman. because you are the head of her. So if she's gone awry, she's not doing right, if her mind is not in the right place, that's your responsibility as a man to get it there.
Exactly.
When
Like the women.
When God holds us accountable, he's going to hold the men accountable for what's happened, not the women.
So, think about it. Man, bro, women, I can't explain it now.
It's hard to follow. I know it's hard to follow because it's the truth. It's hard to follow.
May the church say amen. Let me say this though. Let me say this, because that was a great analogy, and that's kind of what I was saying about blame being had on both sides. You know what I mean? Because really, you could check Adam twice, right? Because he didn't have his chick in line for her to listen to another man. See, he didn't have her mind anyway. See, so that was one slip up. Two slip ups is that her talking men to eating the goddamn apple. You understand what I'm saying? So now listen. Now we're gonna talk about the government. BNB brought up the government, right?
I ain't bring up nothing.
Yeah, you didn't
You
say
just listen to the story. I understand. Go ahead.
You didn't bring up. I thought you brought up. You said our women chose the government, right?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, okay. Well, let me get to it. So you do know they
not all, but some. A lot of them.
They can't get no money without. Listen, if a man is in the house, right? If a man is in the house, ain't no government assistance during that time. Yes or no?
That's not even just during that time. That's during all time.
Nah, not all the time, bro.
They didn't change it now. They didn't change it now. They didn't change a few things. But back then, a man couldn't be in the house. Yes or no?
Yeah, and then the damage has been done. Yeah, go ahead.
If you lived in the 80s,
I'm saying yes or no, though.
It's not all.
Oh, let's go to the 80s. Let's go to the 80s.
Go ahead.
Let's go to the 80s then. Let's just fast forward to the 80s. Okay? Who was outside selling drugs to your mama, your grandma, your sister, your nephew, your uncle, your cousin, your daddy? Who was out there?
Why did they have to do that though?
Who was out there selling is what I'm asking you. Men or women? Black men or black women were selling drugs. Who was it?
They did it together.
Oh, now it's together. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah,
Paid in
he
full.
gonna do that.
Come on, blood. Stop this shit, man. We all gotta be held accountable for our actions, bro. We all took part in this, bro. Niggas' daddies wasn't there. They was on dope.
And the result.
Dope.
So and the result of that, bro. Yeah, and the result of that though is the kid growing up. That kid grow up into a man, bro, and he don't know how to handle his shit. Then he start making babies, bro. Like I know a lot of these little girls, bro, get pregnant by who? Most of the time, older men. So who the fuck are they trusting? Then they have an image of what? Black men because a black dude didn't dirt. Bro, it's a lot of girls like that in my city. It's a lot of girls like that in my city. Now, are they to be blamed when their dude like bluntly chooses that way? Yeah, to a degree, because they should have known who the fuck they was fucking with. But at the same time,
man, I got 3 sisters.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
A mama, a grandmama. I listen to what the fuck they say.
I just want to know.
They'll be bullshit, man. Man, crazy, man.
I just want to know who
they figured it out. You know what I'm saying?
Who on this panel started blaming women? Because I'm lost at this point. I've been listening this whole time.
No.
He been blaming chicks the whole time. He said that they chose the government. That's what he said.
But hold on. Again, what is it that we don't understand? It's called free will. So even if the woman choose the government, that's not the black man's fault. I don't know why you all keep doing this stuff. It's being disingenuous, bro.
No, man.
Seriously,
people need to make decisions. Do they want to be happy or not?
Right. So and this is what I'm saying. Black men exercise your free will, man. Do what you want to do at this point.
At this point,
there are video clips right now on the internet
I
of
disagree.
black women. You said what?
I disagree with that. You don't do what you correct the situation that's wrong that you were responsible for, and you let go awry. You don't just walk away from your community, walk away from your women.
I just want to. Can I finish? Can I finish?
Did nobody walk away from anything?
This and this is what I'm saying. No disrespect, man. I'm 35, and it really pisses me off with older black.
Oh shit!
Well,
Sorry, Hannibal. Go ahead, Hannibal. I'm sorry.
Yeah, older black men are just y'all. Just I don't know. I don't know what to say about y'all, because you all every time the black woman is brought up, you all just don't want to hold her accountable. You want to hold a black man that didn't have sex with her. You want to hold him accountable. Again, she had the free will to do what she want to do. That's not my problem. I'm not about to go out and put my cape on and save her, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. This is a quick lesson.
Let him finish.
I'm gonna tell you some real shit real quick.
B&B, let him finish. Let him finish, and then you can talk as long as you. I don't care. Go ahead.
Yeah, before I get off, it's a clip that's floating on YouTube, and it's been on YouTube for over 10 years, of black women in the early 80s saying this on national live TV, saying they don't need a man. And you're going to blame that on the black man? Again, she exercised her free will. Let her do what she want to do.
Nope.
Oh, it's so much evidence of just our women choosing white daddy government. Why are we, number one, getting mad about it? Two, trying to put that on black men. I don't got nothing to do with her brain. I cannot control her. That's what I'm saying. If that woman don't want me to be a leader, I'm not going to convince her to let me be the leader. I'm going to pack my bag and go somewhere else. Why would I sit down at the table and say, well, in the Bible, Adam and Eve? No, come on, man. Let's be realistic about stuff.
You're gonna let an oppressive system take your woman from you.
How did he take my woman? First of all,
your natural mate. You're gonna allow that system.
How's that my natural mate? How again? How is you all with this pro black shit don't make sense, bro? This pro black shit don't make sense, and it's been a facade for years. Y'all need to
let's say this. Let me say this.
Kyle, I don't like it when you be disingenuous, bro.
Who is disingenuous, bro? I said, nigga, it's blame on both sides. Nigga, men and black men and black women both are.
Yeah, let him finish. You can respond, please. So
I never came on the show and started blaming black women. You the one that started saying that stuff. And then that's how we got into this conversation. All I've been saying is exercise your free will.
Big dog, B&B, bro. B&B is the one that said that the black woman chose the government. That's where it came from, brother.
Oh, but how is he blaming the black woman when that's her decision? That's not him blaming. She made that decision, bro. What is it that you don't get, Kyle?
If she made a decision, you blame her for the decision that she made, though.
Bro, how can somebody force that woman to make that decision?
But aren't you blaming her for the decision that she made, though?
Nobody blamed her. He said she made a decision. He did not blame her. He said she made a decision. Do you understand what placing blame means?
Nah, bro, there's a misunderstanding here, bro. Everybody's hearing stuff wrong.
No, I'm a good listener. Cal, the one that came on and just started running his mouth about something instead of listening.
Nigga, y'all said a lot of shit that could be misconstrued. Nigga, you
it's not being misconstrued. The point is, y'all don't like listening.
You didn't
and
say
then
when
black women are rebellious,
nigga. Let them they can't hear. They can't hear. Like it sounds like mama when two people. Go ahead. You can talk as long as you want, Kyle. I don't mind. But go ahead, Hannibal.
The thing is, with black men, we got to stop this. Stop shaking and trembling when the word black woman come up. Soon as somebody said the black woman, everybody
real American Indian shit. You know where we come from, bro.
Let him finish, and then we can have some clarity, man. Go ahead.
I have nothing against black women. I love black women, but key word is women. And what I've been hearing is we need to sit at the table Who's we sitting at the table with? Other married women? Why am I sitting at the table with the woman who's married to a man? If we all married, we need to worry about our women. We don't need to worry about the women that's out here doing what they want to do with their life, being rebellious. What is it that black men don't understand? We're not responsible for everybody. We're responsible for our families first. Once we get that in order, which I'm pretty sure it is, everything will fall into place. But can't nobody go with us, bro.
Okay, let me get the super chat. Main event says, yeah, he is Muslim, man.
100, Hannibal.
He definitely is Muslim. Let me get Max in. Kyle, right though. Stop making excuses for grown adults' poor decisions. This is why we get nowhere. No accountability unless it's a white man. And Kyle, you want to respond to him? Oh, wait. Before Kyle responds, the Bible, here's verse 14 of what you were saying. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. So
no, he deceived himself.
No, I'm reading the Bible. This is the Bible. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. That's what the Bible says.
Yeah, I guess my point in bringing that up, Fred, real quick, is that when God actually asked Adam or inquired about what happened and where they were, he didn't call for Eve. He called for Adam for an explanation. He held Adam responsible for what happened. And you know, so I tried to make that analogy to say that, you know, the things that are happening in our families and our communities, we can say what the black woman is doing, but ultimately we're responsible for that. We're responsible for the condition of our communities and of our families as men. We're responsible to God. And so that's my point. And to turn away from that situation and say, oh, well, she's went on her way, and then give up on our women. We can't do that.
But man, that's a sad story, bro.
Wait. I gotta mute you. Kyle got to respond to Hannibal. I'm sorry.
Okay. This is what I'm saying though.
I'll unmute you now, BB.
Once we got our families in order, it's our job as a community, bro, to make sure. Listen, this is what I'll say. Let me preface what I'm about to say, and let me fix what I'm saying. If you fall in love with who you fall in love with, hey, I feel it. But to say that, oh man, I'm giving up on the sisters because they're rebellious or things like that, I feel like there's a reason why people are the way they are, and we all have to look at ourselves in the mirror and figure it out together. That's the point I'm making. We can't really just say, okay, the woman chose the government, the black man chose the white woman. We got to figure out a way to meet somewhere in the middle and come together as a community, bro. Because right now we losing because we're not together as a unit.
Man, you can't trust a woman that ain't gonna tell you.
B&B, let them finish. B&B.
So what I'm saying is we got to come together as a unit, brother. Like, it's cool. You fall in love with who you fall in love with. I get that. But to just say that I can't deal with this one because of this situation and this and that. I mean, bro, like my woman is not always listening and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we got a partnership.
It's obvious.
You said what?
It's obvious.
It's obvious what?
Never mind. Continue.
Hey, great point, Kyle.
No, nigga, you said something crazy, but then you say never mind.
That did sound crazy.
I mean, what you mean, brother?
But Kyle, I disagree with what you're saying.
Hey, some of y'all need to take your cape off, man.
Wait. I just want to say this. Right. Like, I'm only focusing, like, the children are focused on.
Hannibal.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, let Stan go. He just came in.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm listening to the show and everything. First of all, as men, we need to have requirements that we need to have when we meet women, period. A lot of black men, we don't have any requirement. So when I'm hearing a lot of...
Where are you from?
Wait, B&B, wait.
No, because I'm hearing, you have to understand, we're supposed to be the leader of our family, period. So if a woman is in your life and she's not ready to go to your train, you need to leave this woman out of your life because she's going to be problem. She's not going to be submissive. She's not going to follow your leadership. Period. That's number one. A lot of black men, we accept shit that we should have never accept.
Listen,
I'm sorry.
but see, that's the thing.
No, Kyle. No, Kyle. Let him go.
Wait. As a black
Go
man,
ahead.
I don't want to be with a woman that
Let
I'm
me
going
get
to have
next.
to fight in my castle. I want to be with a woman who's going to be nice, who's going to be kind, who's going to do the thing that she needs to do. Because don't forget, as a man, if you find this kind of woman, you're going to risk your life for your kid and for that woman. You will be ready to die for that woman. But you're not going to die for any kind of woman. You're going to die for a woman who's worth that risk. Because as a man, you're supposed to be the protector of your family. Period. But if you want to have that standard, you got to have a standard for you as a man. First of all, you got to be successful, whatever reason you have to be successful on your own. But once you're successful, you got to have standard. That means we as black men, we got to be honest. I'm sorry. It's not normal that I'm going to Walmart or any place and then I'm seeing 50 or 60, 70% of black women are overweight. That's a problem. I don't know where is it accepted that we accepted that shit, and I don't know where, as a black man, we accepted that. We should have never accepted that. Number two.
Wait, BNB. You gonna respond?
Let me finish. Number two. A lot of black men, we accepted the attitude of black women. We accepted the black women talking to us like crap, talking to us with no respect. How come as black men we accepted that? Go to any race. And I know other races. I have friends Italian. I have friends who are German. I have friends who are Muslim. You will never see those women talk crap to those same people. But us as black men, we accept this. We accept black women coming to us with attitude. And we say, no,
like Asian, bro.
No, it's not okay. It's not okay for a black woman, if you're respectable, if you're a kind person, if you know your worth, it's not okay for your woman to talk shit to you. There's a way a woman could talk to you with respect, because we don't care about love as men. We respect about one thing, respect. Once your woman doesn't respect you, you're done. You're done.
A lot of you niggas ain't got no game though. That's what
Hold on, let him finish. Kyle, please let him finish.
I thought he was done. I thought he was done.
No, you're done. And a lot of men, we don't have this. We accept a lot of shit that we should have never accepted. We were stronger during the time of Malcolm X. We were stronger during the time that we had to be together. We were stronger during the time of civil rights. I don't know what happened to us black men. Because if it wasn't for us black men, we wouldn't have the right to vote. If it wasn't black men like we were strong before. And we accepted crap from women when we should go back and say, no, we're not accepting this shit anymore. Black women, we need you, but you're going to follow our train. You're going to stop being overweight. You're going to stop having an attitude. You're going to come to us with whatever problem
you can't tell a motherfucker what to do.
Man, y'all gotta let one person talk, man.
Why can't we say what they need to do? Because before, when we needed to have the right to vote, black women would basically follow black men. I'm sorry, if it wasn't for Malcolm X, if it wasn't for Martin Luther King, if it wasn't for those people who was leader, and there was a lot of leaders, we wouldn't have the situation we have now. All the rights that we have is because of black men. Period. And we forgot about that.
All right, we'll let Kyle respond. We'll let Kyle respond.
Let me respond real quick though. The reason why y'all women talk to y'all crazy. Hold on, please. I got to say this, please. I got to say this.
You can go next, Max. You can go next, Max.
Okay. Sure. The reason why y'all niggas women talk to y'all crazy, bro, because y'all ain't got no fucking game. Y'all ain't solid, bro. Like on the real, a lot of you niggas is simp sucker ass niggas. Like, bro. Like my woman, the shit y'all allow that shit. A nigga like me, I don't allow that bullshit. Fuck what you talking about, bruh. Listen to what I'm saying though.
Talk to me in 10 years, Cal.
Let him get off.
Let me finish, please, brother, please. A lot of you niggas is soft though.
Bro, I'm in agreement with Kyle.
Like, oh, okay, listen. Damn, listen. If the woman is overweight, right? You gotta give her the confidence to lose this shit. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't want her to have it, and you feel like you want her in your life, it's your job to give her the motivation to want to lose that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, for me and mine, all my kids' names start with K's. Why? Because I'm a fucking player, and my name start with a K. Kylie, because it sounds like Kyle. Kaylani, because it got a K in it. Junior, because that's my motherfucking seed. And Kiara, because it start with a K. That's what I'm saying. When you command presence and you stand on your own, and your woman see you providing and doing some shit, and you ain't outside smoking crack. You understand what I'm saying? For generations, and you know what I'm saying. That's where the disconnect comes from.
You reaching now, nigga.
All right.
I'm just saying though.
I'm sorry, you're reaching a little bit.
All right,
No, bro.
Wait. Are you done, Kyle? Are you done?
Yeah.
You done?
I'm done,
Okay.
sir. I'm done.
All right, we gotta
Yo.
let Max get off. We gotta let Max get off, and then we'll go to R West, and then we'll go to B&B, and then we'll go ahead.
Hey, honestly, fuck what a lot of y'all talking about. Fuck the race of the woman and the race of the man. Y'all's on some simp shit. You need to take your cape off. If the bitches gonna act like bitches, you leave them where the fuck they at. Ain't no making excuses for no
Thank
adult.
you.
Period. For anything in any
Dream how
category
you
of life.
meet 'em.
No excuses for no adult. Period. So stop with the shit. Stop with how they were raised. Stop with 50 years ago, 100 years ago. Stop all that fucking shit. When you walk out your house every day, you make your own fucking decisions, do whatever the fuck you want, to act how you want, talk what you want, say what the fuck you want, just like we all doing right now. But y'all putting your capes on for bitches, bruh. Y'all sound like fucking simps, like some Drake-ass motherfuckers. Sound like you go to the strip club and tell the stripper, I understand why you do this, as you throw money on them like some fucking simps, man. Man, this is embarrassing. Real shit. I'm here with my whole fucking family, and I told them, hey, you gotta hold on, because I gotta get on this shit. Because y'all motherfuckers need to take your cape off, bruh. Stop with that fucking victim bullshit. Well, you know, it's because the way she was raised. It's because 40 years ago, you know, her mom was out there. I don't give a fuck about that shit. She's a hoe. She a hoe. She gonna talk shit. She gonna talk shit. Put her in check or get rid of her. Period. The end.
Thank you.
All right,
It's called responsibility. I agree 100% with you said.
Wait. We'll go to B&B. We'll go to B&B because he's been itching.
No, I was going last, bro.
All right, good. Okay, R West, and then I'll let you respond to everything, Stan. I'll let you respond to everything. Go ahead.
Kyle won't spit nothing but facts. I got two daughters. Both my daughters' names start with R. My name Ricardo. My daughters Raquel and Rosaria. They named after me. And then some dude on here talking about my castle. Man, you ain't got no damn castle. You a simp. Like you have no castle. And then he gonna put like black women are a monolith. Ain't no woman a monolith. It's black. If black women are all different, white women are. It's no Mexican women. They all different. It's no such thing as they all treat you like this. My wife can hear me talking right now. She not yelling and screaming, acting like no damn fool because my wife got sense. All the black women I know got sense. They ain't here talking crazy about black women probably because they mamas was crazy. And I ain't trying to talk about their mamas, but that's what they saw. They saw their aunties was crazy. That's their problem. They got mommy problems, and they seen all the women growing up. That's why. That's their problem. They think, if I go outside of my race, I'm going to find this. I work in finance. I don't have nobody who I work with is black, and all of them complain about their wives more than me. I done been around them. They wives castrate them publicly, talk shit about them, and let them know, I tell you what to do, Matt. I didn't seen it. I tell you what to do, Jeff. So that's a lie. Talking about somehow black women, man, that's a lie. What you're trying to put out there and spread. You can't find the right one. You a simp. Kyle's saying the truth. Max was telling the truth too. He was on a different type of level, but he was telling the truth about having the capes. But what Kyle says, it take a community. You get your woman, you take care of your family, but it take a community to be out here to help everybody. You can't do it by yourself. Black women been through a whole bunch of stuff. We all know who's the lowest people on the earth. I'm sorry, we can say what we want. I had a conversation with my partner the other day. He said, men out here losing. I just asked him, I said, well, what we losing? He couldn't tell me one thing. I said, would you trade being a man? He said, hell no. I said, I wouldn't either. What are we out here losing? We ain't out here losing nothing. Women are second-class citizens. I tell you, black women, they treat them the worst. That's why I stand up for any black woman that I'm around, bar none. That's why I put my neck on the line for. God bless me with two daughters because that's what I'm supposed to have. If I had another kid, it better be a daughter because that's what I'm supposed to have. Y'all are taking for anything non-black. If you fall in love with who you fall in love with, that's good. That's fine because love don't have no color. But if you out here seeking out something in particular and you putting something down that's your own self, man, you hate yourself. You hate your mama. You hate your aunties because you see that in them because that's the women who you closest with.
Are you saying that as a black man, and I'm hearing you and everything, you're not going to teach your daughter to know how to respect their their boyfriend or their husband and everything. You're not going to teach them about respect. You're not going to teach them and everything. You're not going to tell them. You're not going to teach them how to become wives, because we all want a lot of. I guess you want your two daughters to get married.
Healthy relationships.
Yes, I'm talking about relationships. I'm asking you the question. I'm asking you the question. You're a father of two daughters. Are you going to teach them how to become respectable, beautiful? I'm sure your daughters are beautiful, respectable wives for their husband. Or you're going to teach them that they could talk shit any way they want to a man.
My daughter's not going to talk shit. They're going to stand up for themselves, but they don't see that in their household. They don't see that in their household.
Thank you. But do you understand that not all women, not all daughters has what you just said? They're not going to talk shit. You know, there's a lot of women who do talk shit and everything.
It's not just black women, right?
Because they daddy's not
there. Mexican women, Asian women too, right?
I'm not saying it's the only one. I'm not saying. Did I say it's the only one? I didn't say it's the only one.
But you went in on them like they was the only one.
I went in on them because I'm talking about black women. I'm not saying it's the only race and everything, but I'm talking about black women.
Where are you from? I gotta ask you. Where are you from?
I gotta say it. I'm with B&B. He gotta show us. He gotta turn the camera on, Fred. I'm with B&B.
Where are you from?
Disagreeing all day.
Oh, you want me to turn the camera on?
I gotta see this man's face.
There you go. You want me to turn the camera on? Fine. I'll turn the camera on. I'll turn the things on. There you go. Here you go. Yes, I'm black. Yeah, you're guys. So you can't say shit. Don't come to me like, oh, you must be a white person. Not no white person.
Turn that light off in the back.
I didn't know he was black either at first. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't think he was black.
Are you done, TikTok? Or you got a point? Because Kyle Kyle asked, because I want to get the Ray Sean. Are you done, TikTok?
Me and B&B was on the same level. I was like, man, B&B kept saying, I said, man, well, shit, let me see. I got to see this shit for myself. God damn it.
Yeah. And Ray Sean, you want to respond?
I just want to say, like, man, like Kyle's right, man. Like, both y'all brothers is right. Like I said, bro, I got daughters. My daughters are going to be raised with expectations from they dude. And that's the specific word, bro, that we need to use. They need to have expectations. And bro, as men, you can't be fucking acting like you in your feelings if your woman has some fucking expectations when you decide to ask you for some shit. Because that's what I'm hearing, bro. And it seems like that's too hard on you. So you sit here and say, oh, well, they're horrible. They have these demands. Like you, and it's all bad because they simply have requirements and standards, bro. Because that's the way I raise my daughters, bro. My wife has basic standards for me, but at the same time, she listened to me when I put my motherfucking foot down. And that's really where you got to really establish yourself. Is you doing what you're supposed to do? Because when you're doing what you're supposed to do, all women is submissive. And I'm going to end it like that.
I'm sorry, bro. There's a lot of men who are doing what they're supposed to do. And trust me, I know a lot of men who are doing what they...
1 second, TikTok. I want Ray Sean to get off. But go ahead, because I don't want to be interrupted.
No, it's good. I'm all done, bro. I got to go.
B&B, you want to respond? Everyone's done said it there.
He can't leave yet though.
No, he's not leaving. But B&B
he a heavy set dude himself. Talk about black women being heavy set, bro.
B&B.
This shit got to stop, Fred.
What?
He's right. He's talking about heavy set black women.
What's wrong? He can have what he wants. Like,
okay, first of all, I said the first thing as a man, you need to fix yourself first. You need to get your shit together. That's number one. I said that first. That's number one before you even get a woman. Number one, get your shit together. Get your money together.
You're not looking for a woman right now, then, are you? You're not looking for a woman yet.
You're not what?
You're not looking for a woman yet, are you?
No, I'm doing my own business and everything. I went up 3 years in a relationship and everything. I broke up with my relationship and everything because I basically accepted for 5 years. I was listening to basically a lot of men, a lot of people in relationship that was telling me you gotta accept a woman no matter attitude and everything. Until I met a brother who told me the truth. No, you don't. You have your shit together. You're making money. You're doing your shit. You have your own house and everything. Why are you accepting attitude from this woman? Period. And I had to break up with her after 5 years. Period.
So you let somebody talk you out of a 5-year relationship?
No, I had somebody get me out of a 5 years relationship because first of all, she let herself go physically. Second of all, basically she started having attitude. Thirdly, and everything. Even if you have your shit together, if you don't put a standard, if you don't put a standard that you say you're not gonna fuck my shit, you're still treat me the way you're supposed to, and you accept shit, little by little, I accepted shit.
She broke your pockets, nigga.
I become a simp, like you said. Little by little, I became a simp. Sorry, I did. I'm gonna be honest. Little by little, I did become a simp until my mentor basically.
Oh, that's fucked up, bro.
Well, see, I'm listening because I'm listening to you guys say you got your shit together. I got my shit together. I got my own place. I got a duplex and everything. I'm making $100,000 a year. What are you talking about?
I know his
Good luck, bro.
I know
Good luck,
his
bro.
feelings is hurt. Hey, B&B, see, now take him with you. See, take him with you to them Indian chicks. Take him with you. He need one. See, he couldn't. See, the thing is, he couldn't handle a black woman, man. He couldn't handle a black queen, brother. Listen, this is what I'm
Black
saying.
queen, man. I'm sorry. I'm not here to handle.
Wait. Go ahead, Kyle.
You gotta be an alpha, bro. Like for a woman to get in line, she got to know that you know what you're doing. Like let me use my boy Fredro for an example. Can I do that, Fred?
You can do what you like. It's sure.
Listen, my boy Fred is the ultimate alpha, right? He created an opportunity for his woman to become a doctor, right? He put her in a position to become a doctor. He helped her get through medical school. That's some alpha shit. So now, when after she gets through school, she's not gonna look at him and say,
"Fred,
you
absolutely
ain't shit."
utilize his potential."
Wait, B&B. I'm gonna let you be clear. So because you got to.
So listen,
it's the audience. It's not us. It's the audience. Because it's time. But go ahead, Kyle.
Yeah. So like me, I put my wife through her schooling for her medical shit, right? That's the alpha male shit.
I put my wife when I was married to nursing school too.
God damn, you could go after me, fam. Listen, so when they look at you, they know that they can look at you. They say, "Shit, this motherfucker, he gonna take care of business." So I know I can get behind him. I can allow him to lead me because I know he's gonna lead me in the right direction. I understand that he's gonna do all the things that he can to make sure that I'm okay, and I gotta be in line with him because I know he is gonna take me to places that I can never take myself. See, I put my wife in a position that she was never in before me. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest with you, like I upgraded her, you know what I'm saying? And when you're able to upgrade your woman, they realize like, damn, I gotta get behind him because he's taking me to different heights and different levels. You know what I'm saying? And if your girl get overweight, you understand what I'm saying? You got to use your alpha maleness. Okay, you ain't in shape neither. You can say to her, "Hey, look, baby, we're gonna take walks. We'll take long walks. And we're gonna change what we eat." When I want to eat healthy, my wife meal prep for a player so I can eat healthy. You tell her, "Hey, look, we need to meal prep. We got to eat healthy because you getting a little too big and I'm getting a little too big. We gotta, as a unit, fix ourselves." You dig what I'm saying? And that's the problem. But go ahead.
You're making it sound. Wait.
Wait. We gotta let B&B get off, and then we'll come back, and then we'll bring in the new guest. I just don't want to bring him in, and we'll let the new guest come in. But go ahead. TV, hold
that
up.
all sounds wonderful, bro. You know, it's a wonderful conversation. That's why I told you before, you need to talk to me in 10 years. Because apparently you don't understand things quite exactly how you see them. So since I got to talk to you this way, I'm going to talk to you this way because I'm an old American Indian country ass nigga because I speak the truth when it come out my mouth, bro. You better quit all that motherfucking cap, bro. That shit is ridiculous, nigga. I have 3 children. I have taken care of all of them for all of their life since I knew they was coming into my life. That's what I care about.
Can I ask you a question?
Nah, nigga, you can't ask me no more questions.
Nigga, you just dropped that on us for no reason then, nigga. Because
I did it to let you know.
Kids. What the fuck does that mean?
You keep it 100. You keep it 100 with your children. Women come and go. They always pass.
That ain't true.
You know what I'm saying?
That ain't true. Nigga, I've been with my girl for almost 10 years, bro. What are you talking about? They come and they go, bro. What are you talking about, bro? You chose wrong, bro. That's the problem. You chose wrong, brother. You chose wrong. I got all 4 kids with the same woman. You chose wrong, my boy. Just say I chose the wrong.
You got it. That's why I asked you to explain to me what loyalty is.
But my definition for loyalty might not be the same as
You
yours,
know,
though.
you need to explain it to me now.
So you never explained it to me. What are you talking about, man?
All right, TVSSI wants to chime in on the conversation. Go ahead, brother.
What's up, y'all? Greetings from Savannah, Georgia. Just wanted to say, been listening to the call for probably about the last 30 minutes. And I do, you know, I see that y'all older gentlemen in the conversation. And I'm a younger person. I'm actually 28. And I'm gonna just give you a little background of where I'm from. So I'm from a county in Georgia called Seminole County. It's named after our indigenous ancestors. My dad is Aboriginal to Florida and Seminole Indian, and my mom is Cherokee and Choctaw. So I'm gonna give you a little. The reason why I preface that way is because I want to tell you how I grew up, basically with understanding what a woman is. So my great grandmother and her family and everything, they own, like, we still have a lot of land in our family on both sides, right? So all of the people that are in our family that's important, that run this show, really is women. And so
they don't know we got that, bro.
Let me finish. So it's unfortunate that for the majority, like outside looking in, it's like the women have lost their way. And I really do believe it's because, like, we still connected to the land, right? And being a part of society, as far as like being in the cities and everything, you know, great migration, everything, it really changed the fabric of what we are to everyone, right? So I learned as a kid, we work the land. We wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, go work in the farm. We work, mostly our stuff is physical because we taking care of first, we understand we need to have resources. The problem is when people started leaving the land, they forgot that they leaving their resources. So of course, a lot of people was forced out of those situations, but at the same time, the aspect of it is still, even if you had to leave the city, you could still move you could still take the craft or the ability to work the land with you. So you'll never be without resources. I believe that's the main objective as a man, like living. You provide for a family, or you provide, even if you don't have a family yet, which I don't have a family yet, I can still provide for the people around me, or provide for my own family, my immediate family. So when you get taken out of that position, you start to forget what your actual purpose is in life as a man. So I say that to say this. I was speaking to another Cherokee indigenous man. His name is Standing Bear. Here, he invited me to a powwow. And I told him, I was like, I want to have children. I come from my great grandmother. Both sides of my family had like 14 kids. My mom was one of 3 or 4, but her mom had 14 siblings. So like my dad has 14 kids. Like, I want to have kids, right? But when I was talking to this guy, he told me, he said, I was like, yeah, I want to have kids and everything. He was like, oh, well, you know what? Forget the kids. You're not having none. And I was like, what you mean? And he was like, well, the problem is the women that in the stage of your life you in right now, the women have changed so much. They're not looking for children no more. If they don't even know what their sexuality is no more. He was like, you're going to have to either go a different way to have children, or you're gonna have to go back home to have children. Because the women in cities, they have a different mentality. They don't think about
Take
life
your ass home, nigga.
in such a way that they don't think about women in such a way that they don't have the thought process of being a woman first. And it's sad because I can see that it's a lot of people that want to kind of move back towards the natural way of things, but it's unfortunate that people be watching TV too much. Like it's kind of clouding they sight. So I just wanted to end with this.
Core traditional values. What you're saying.
Exactly. And it's anyway. I just want to end with this. I saw that you posted a video the other day, and you was talking about film, and I think you was talking about how things are
You
being
stretching this
subverted.
out, nigga. You need to just go ahead and wrap this up,
Bro.
nigga.
You the only one talking. Just stop it. Like, you respect me as a man. Let me finish my point and just keep it moving. You can mute yourself right now. Like, think about it. I could hit you with some information right now that might change your life, but you got so much to say. You should listen.
Too damn
it's
dumb.
easy to listen. That's a form of compassion. Listening is a form of compassion, bro. We supposed to be loving each other as black men. Like, what you doing?
You got it. You want to leave us with something? Yeah. Oh, you got a question?
So
about
yeah, anyway, with the film, I just wanted to say, it's interesting that you spoke about film the other day, because I remember growing up watching Martin, and I remember they would do the bloopers at the end, so you could see that TV wasn't real. Today, when you watch TV, they don't show bloopers. Now people believe in all this stuff is real, and it's messy. It's changing people's minds. It's changing people's mind because they believe that this stuff is going to get them in places where they need to be, but they forget that this is all film, and it's like lights and cameras. It's fake, and it's changing. It's going to continue to change. Our children, for the most part, are the ones that's going to be the most detriment, because it's babies right now that's wearing glasses because they all in screens. The future is going to change completely, and I'm happy for y'all if y'all have kids, because y'all can raise them the old way, but the old way is no longer accessible anymore to us, because our generation is the first generation to be formatted into the digital world. So I just wanted to say that,
Damn, that was hey, nigga, that was some deep ass shit right there, boy.
Hey, look, man. Hey, look, I'll just give you a little thing real quick. I'm going through life trying to change the way people interact with these interfaces, these digital things, and I'm doing this thing. I'm actually an industrial designer. I teach. I do an international design workshop where I teach people how to enforce or include ancestry and culture into design, to reformat it, to make it to where we start to have real inclusion. Because right now we're not including in nothing. We losing in every aspect. So I'm like, all right, how can I make a change? And I'm trying to do it through this. So I just wanted to say that. But yeah, everything's connected,
Appreciate y'all.
But I just want to
final words. Shit, we final round. B&B, you want to give your final word?
No, I appreciate you, Fred.
Welcome home. Welcome back, man. Welcome back.
You my brother. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of anything that I've seen since I've been gone, since I decided to pop up on your stream real quick. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing that you got, and regardless of what anybody says about you.
Thank you, dog.
You feel me?
Yeah, I said
so. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of whatever you are doing, whether it's right or wrong, you really know what you're trying to do. You care about that boy and that girl.
That boy.
Yeah, that's what you protecting more than anything else, and you gonna show them more. That's why you put that woman through that school.
Hey, B&B. Bring your ass
So
to the
no,
boxing
I'm not
spot.
talking to you, Cal.
Huh?
I'm not talking to you.
I said head over to the boxing so we can argue some more.
No, go ahead, advertise your shit.
Appreciate you, Corey Lee Boxing.
But yeah, Fred.
Thank you, Doc.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you,
You know
brother.
what I'm saying? Regardless, you already know you got it. You know, you understand this purpose. Regardless of what they say you come from.
Yeah.
Don't nobody know where nobody come from. Only thing they need to understand is that you are here.
Here.
And so don't worry about none of that.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about none of that. Go ahead, do what you do. Keep doing what you're doing. And I man, when you was at softball tournaments with I ain't even gonna talk about your old streams and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've been there from all the way there. I think that I was really one of the most pivotal dudes in the conversation when you had with Devin Haney was talking about fighting Gary Russell.
I remember that. I remember that vividly. Yeah, I remember that. Those couple of nights.
You remember?
Yeah.
And what did I tell you? What did you come out of that conversation thinking about what had happened? It was only advertisement.
Mm-hmm.
Simply. Bill Haney is cold, but he shouldn't have did it that way. But that's why he you know, his son gonna have to fight, right? And you know, now he got them belts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So since he got them belts, now he gotta decide whether not he gonna go for legacy can actually box and fight with certain type of fighters. One thing I respect about Top Rank is that they can actually find some of the coldest fighters and try to develop them as best as they can. Right? So they pick them on their skills.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's really good about Top Rank.
Gotcha.
I respect Bob Arum. You know what I'm saying? I understand. I've been following boxing since I don't know when. You know what I'm saying? My daddy taught me boxing.
Mm.
God rest his soul.
Mm. Appreciate you, BNB. Welcome back, and hopefully you come back tomorrow. R. West, final words.
Hey, Fred, appreciate the platform. Cal, I know he my man, 100 grand. So I always appreciate him. For all the fellas, even the ladies, I'm sorry for y'all who haven't found your mate yet, and the ones who looking for traditional. My wife more traditional than me. So I mean, my daughters, we don't dress them like boys or nothing like that. If you come in my house, you don't see nothing but pink and purple. That's all you see. They know they ladies, and that's how she raised them. She don't do that. Whatever stuff, that's not what my wife do. She don't mess with none of that stuff. So for y'all who haven't found it, I'm very sorry, y'all. But like I say, man, I really appreciate the opportunity.
It's love, man. Thank you for coming on, and we'll definitely continue this conversation tomorrow. We're gonna exit y'all out, and then Kyle gonna give his final word. Thank y'all for coming. Appreciate you, BNB. Thank you, dog. Welcome back, man. Welcome back. BNB is back. Go ahead, Kyle. Take your time. Go ahead. What's up?
Yeah, no, man. Another great show. You know, this was a great topic, man. You know what I mean?
Came out of nowhere. What topic?
Fred, you know what you're doing? You transitioning from boxing to some real shit. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to.
Some real life shit.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody not gonna travel with you. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, I ain't going no fucking place, man. We gonna what they say, ride together, die together, bad boys for life. You know what I mean? Martin and Will on their funky asses.
Yeah, it's what I wanted to add to the conversation. And I'm sorry, Mr. Fuller fell off. I guess he's dry. It's like he was driving. He mentioned the Bible. If we are gonna talk about relationships from a biblical perspective, then why are we? You can't talk. I don't think you can. You talk race and the Bible simultaneously, or do we talk about classism? Do we talk about
kindness? Swords and kindness, because see, this is what I say, right? Because my grandpa, and my grandma were like Bible thumpers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And shit, they ride. You know what I mean? Because most of them, you know, back in the day, they didn't. Your grandparents didn't even like each other. You know what I'm saying? But they held it down. You know what I'm saying? They stayed for the family. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that stick and stay no more. Which I mean, I don't blame niggas, but at the end of the day, but that's where the foundation was, because they knew like they had to stay around for each other to build up together. You know what I'm saying? So that was the togetherness that they saw that they did. That's what kept shit together. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
No matter if they didn't like each other or not, their responsibility was to the kids.
Right.
Now I be like, now that I'm older, and now that I just like, you really said that though, like when I really replay that shit back, although it was selfless, it was also selfish. You know what I'm saying? Because now we saw that. Now we like, oh, fuck that, I'm getting out of there. You know what I'm saying? We don't understand this selflessness that took place for them to stay together that whole time to build the family.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was important. That Christianity, that's what I'm saying. Like, whether you believe in God, whether you believe in it or not, whether you believe in Islam or not, two things can be true. When people were heavy into the church and heavy into Islam, black people were in a better place. You can't argue me. You can't argue that. You can't argue the point with me. When Christianity and Islam was 1 and 2, where Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, wherever, when those two was together, whether you was Muslim or you was Christian, black people were in a better condition. I don't give a fuck what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? It ain't up for discussion, because everybody in the 60s was either a Christian or a Muslim, right? For the majority, Christian or a Muslim, we was in a better place. I don't give a fuck what you say. We didn't have the money, but we had family.
Yeah. And then Elijah Muhammad killed Malcolm X.
Fuck, here he goes with this shit, man.
Yeah, man. I just think structure is important. And structure is basically what the Bible is. It gives you a play-by-play of how you treat people. And because we've adopted classism, we've adopted racism. Because at the end of the day, and I want you guys to digest this and don't just react to it. If you are living from a God-like perspective, you can really overcome racism, because the Bible holds you accountable. You can really overcome the circumstances that you've had in your life, whether it was drug abuse, gangs, rape, and the list goes on and on and on. If you have the rubric of the Bible in your life, and you can treat people as a human being, because that's one of the things I had to let go, especially as I grew economically. I've always been socially, how we say, diverse, because I went to Venice High School. Venice High School is probably the most diverse public school in LA USD, which is the biggest school district in America. I think it is. But you still hold on to these ideologies. At least I did. You know, like you're on your side of the fence, you're on the other side of the fence. But as I have grown, I understand now that it's the village you create, and opportunity, your ability to create opportunities as you grow along, financially, spiritually, economically, socially, creates those opportunities for you to create your own community. I think there's a piece of us that wants the community to look monolithic. I said look monolithic. I said look monolithic. When actuality, the community in which you create, because it takes a village, can look like your salad. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with creating a village that looks like a salad, you know, and when you come from a biblical perspective, Mex isn't Mexican. Cow isn't black, you know, and we need a white person to beam in soon, but whoever he's not.
What happened to do from Arizona, man?
Yeah, I know. So, as I've gotten older, I've aligned myself with religious practices. Not that I am religious, but because I know in order to get the B, I got to complete outlining A. And I as of right now, I believe that's the way to do it. I genuinely believe that's the way to do it, is the rule brick of what the Islamic faith is, the rule brick of what Christianity is, Catholicism is, you know, that personal accountability, faith, self-belief, you know, faith without works is dead. We get up and we work every day. And then we interject. We've had the curse of government is that they've told us that money and our voice is more powerful than what we create. And what we create is family. What we create is our relationship with God. But religion has come in. I mean, politics has come in and said politics should govern your house. Politics should govern your house. No matter what the background is of that politician, those 50 senators and 102, whatever, I'm drawing a blank right now. The House of Representatives, the Senate, the Congress, the president, the vice president, they should run your household. When in actuality, nothing the government do should intercept the evolution of the Davises or B&B Boxing or, you know, Mr. West. So with that being said, I think we started from a biblical perspective, and I wanted to add to the conversation, but y'all were just so great at it. The biblical perspective is we gonna be successful no matter what. When we add in money, when we add in capitalism, when we add in the government and politics, is now we have a racial divide that will, I'm not gonna say never, but it's most challenging. And I can view the world much greater. The world is easier for me from a biblical perspective to digest. I mean, it's genuinely, and I don't read the Bible every day, but I understand the humanity that's in the Bible because I was raised in the church. But the world is easier to digest. Like, I can literally walk away from a situation and be fine. Whereas in my 20s, I would argue the point of it's racism. No, he's just, you know, God got me, and my preparation to walk into that place has prepared me for rejection or an acceptance. You know, so, but I appreciate you guys coming through, Kyle, man. This was an awesome show. Man, this is engaging. This shit is fucking engaging. Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you guys so much for and your beautiful daughter.
What is it, a great philosopher, DB? Kylie, say, play the song, Fred.
Play the song, Fred.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And Third Eye, I appreciate you, Birdman, Crescent. I gotta do a video. I gotta get my lights up too. I'm way darker than you, Kyle. Oh, well, I'm really way darker than you, but it's the lighting. Gessner, Miss B, ask me tomorrow because you asked a question. I thought that was important, but I totally lost it. It was like an hour ago, but they were going back and forth. But you asked a question, and I forgot it. But it was important to the conversation, Miss B. I apologize. I couldn't ask it. So bring it back tomorrow. And Third Eye, Black Fist, man. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, man. That's my closing remarks. Tino the Great, man. This was a hell of a show, man. Wow. I think we're, these conversations are. Mr. White, thank you, dog. Thank you for being active in the chat. Miss B, Third Eye, Pugilist. Oh, welcome back, man. Welcome back. I ain't seen you in a minute. B&B is back. We never know what we're going to get from B&B, man, but it's all love at the end of the day. Thank you, dog. It's all in. You live yet?
Yeah, I'm live, but you know, we waiting.
Elijah Muhammad's in the building. What's up, Elijah? He's not dead. I thought he died in 75, man. That was 47 years ago. Don't run, Kyle. Don't run. I don't run when don't run. Don't run. Elijah Muhammad's alive. He actually has a smartphone. Don't run, Kyle. Man, Elijah's here. Elijah's in the building. What's up, Elijah? How many kids you make in heaven, Elijah? Or in paradise? How many wives you got in paradise, Elijah? B&B with the super sticker! Man, Kyle running, man. Oh, man, Kyle, don't cower on me, man. Hey, why'd you kill Malcolm, Elijah? Why'd you kill Malcolm? Why'd you let your soldiers bomb his house a week before y'all murdered him? What a time. What a time. What a time. What a time. Another day. Why you running? Why you running?
You know I do that every time. You know I do that every time.
Why you running? Do you think Elijah Muhammad killed Malcolm X?
No.
What's your opinion on it?
I think it was the government. I think, listen, this is what I think happened.
We'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Because I don't like songs about the end. I love y'all, man. Yeah, what happened to Boys for Life? Yeah, what happened to Bad Boys, Boys for Life? Man. Oh, he take the success with the show. Hey, I'm a celebrity when I go to the boxing matches. Oh, but when Fred talk about the Nation of Islam, oh man.
Listen,
listen,
man. Listen.
Listen.
Way too many friends. That's a part of it, man.
You had what?
I said I got a whole lot of friends that's a part of it, man. I don't like.
So what they got to do with it? You got a whole lot of Christians. They don't get mad like the Nation of Islam. Oh man. That shows you that it's a cult. Anyways, love y'all, man. Malcolm woke up, man.